Hello,
So I froze me.
chat.
Hi, chat.
Hi, chat. I think we're good. I think I fixed everything. Maybe. I've been a bit slack. It was all Nutty's fault. Talking to her and got sidetracked and didn't do all the stuff I'm supposed to do.
Okay.
D&D Beyond.
It's Trash's fault then.
You're showing the Sunday night campaign for on D&D Beyond.
Yep, exactly. So I need to fucking change it. I haven't done anything. I've been so slack.
It still works.
Professional streamer. Bear with me.
I'll have a beer with you.
So, Cam, we're going to have at it?
And I'll have another beer
I
with
would
you.
love to. I would love to. It just wouldn't make sense RP-wise if we just
I know.
session started going at each
Well, it
other.
depends. I mean, Skathis has already slapped you. So
Yeah, I know,
there is a bit of tension there.
Yeah, I know. And Alex said, "Don't slap me. Like, don't do it again." And he's done his shield, and you missed.
You two want to go at it?
Yeah, I just want to see you win.
Don't think you would come out on top. Although it is Trashy in his roles.
He's got, yeah, I mean, Tracy's notorious for making bad rolls.
I'm just saying, I can
And
help with that.
bad decisions. But we'll see.
He finds traps really well.
Adam's not
face.
that weak of a little goblin that you might think. He might act like a scared little cat, but he's not that weak.
No. Be interesting to see what would happen. I mean, it's one of those things. So,
Maybe we'll find a
ladies
fighter
and
eater.
germs,
Test it out.
I think
I could stir the pot.
I think everyone could stir the pot. I mean, the DM could stir the pot.
Now I kind of want to stir the pot.
That's it. Let's go to an arena. Let's battle it out.
So, welcome, chat. We are live finally. I think I sorted everything out. I think we've got the right extension up now. I think I've got the right title and the right game and everything. I think I've got all the right bits and pieces up on the overlay.
You're smoking it.
Let me know if I'm not. But we should be good. But anywho, so just to let everyone know, because I have re-signed a contract back at my old job, and it appears that someone has left, so there's more hours available. I'm going on the roster as of next week, so things may change for the stream. I'm dropping all scheduled gaming streams, so there's no scheduled gaming streams, but it'll be as and when I'm available. So if I'm not working, then I'll probably stream, and it will be roughly the same time. I will announce it on Discord and on Twitter, but the D&D streams will remain as they are for the time being until I get my roster and sort of see where I'm at. We may have to change the Curse of Strahd stream to a Thursday night, players pending, until I get confirmation back from everyone that Thursdays is okay. If it's not, then what we can do is put the Curse of Strahd on hold until the end of the homebrew campaign, and pick it up at the end of the homebrew campaign before we do the multi-shot. So, and then we can do it that way. So we have options. So I have tagged you guys all on the Discord message. You just let me know if Thursdays are okay for you, and we can go from there. To Live Us to Die, what's up? Name I haven't seen for a while in the chat. So, but yeah.
I'm glad you pronounced his name because I was trying to figure out what it was.
The Baz 3 was he's still there. He's good.
No, I did it like this. I went.
He did it on purpose. But anyway, so we're going to get into tonight's recap. So for you newbies here coming in for the first time, my name's Evildoer. These are my nerdy friends, and we are playing Dungeons and Dragons. We are doing the Curse of Strahd module from 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. On Sundays we do a homebrew campaign, which is in up to its 62nd episode. So we're getting towards the end of that episode, that series. We've only just started episode 13 tonight of the Curse of Strahd, which is a no rush campaign. We're not rushing through it all. We're not sort of doing anything, pushing things through. We're just letting the players do what they do when they do it, and just roll with it. So, no, Nutty is in the bedroom on her computer. So, when we will not be able to hear each other through each other's microphone and all that sort of stuff. So, we're on opposite sides of the wall. The porno com.
What, you kick her out of the room, did you?
Yes. It was like, get out. No. No, we talked about it. It was like, maybe we should do that and see how that goes. So, but without any further ado, we shall start some background mushak and get into the brief recap from last week's session. So, everything worse except for video. What? I'm confused. Oh, everything works except for the video. Are you having issues, Robert?
Long as he can hear.
Ah, on the stream. Oh, that's interesting. You don't really need to see the stream anyway. You just need, as long as you got the Skype, you're all good.
What's your source at Trax?
No clue.
Shouldn't make a difference. He's got that high-speed New Zealand internet.
True. I mean, I'm not having any issues. I can see it. So.
It works
It's
on my
not-
old
it's
computer.
n-
I just not always watch it on my old computer, and it's just not running. I don't know why.
Graphics dead. I don't know. Anywho, last we left off, you had defeated one of the old hags at the Bone Grinder, and the other had seemed to get away. You rescued a couple of small children who had been held captive. And upon leaving the windmill, you decided that the best course of action was to burn it down, which you did. It was an interesting blaze. It was a large blaze, could probably be seen for quite some distance. You then made the 2 or 3 hour journey back towards the township of Vallaki to return the children to the town guard. Along the way, you stopped briefly at the area where you lost your companion, without finding any more evidence of where she might have gone. You carried on and discovered another young lad who had found himself outside of the town walls one evening and had gotten lost in the forest and had been attacked by wolves. Patching his wounds, you then escorted him along with the other 2 children back to the township of Vallaki, where once entering the town, you handed the children over to the town guard, who said that they would make sure that they made it back to their families. You then headed back to the Blue Water Inn. Ismark had excused himself and headed towards the church to check up on his sister. On the way back to the inn, however, a couple of you noticed you were being tailed by a rather shady looking individual. Zadriel and Skathis, surprising him, Zadriel, I think it was a misty step or something similar, back to his position, and Skathis, you doing some monk shit to get back there quickly as well, and you were handed a letter with a seal that looked very familiar to the same symbol that was on the front of the book that Fibbleston had found at the windmill. Upon reading the letter, you discovered that you had received an invitation from Strahd von Zarovich, who has stated that he is your host, that he alone is the key to getting out of this place, and has offered you safe passage should you accept his invitation. The messenger stated that he had been sent by his mistress, Lady Vakta of Vallaki as well. A lady that you have heard from a couple of different people now that opposes the Baron and the way that he does things here. Reaching the inn, you come across Rictavio once again, and he is leaving the inn, heading out again like he was earlier that morning. Karnos decides that he's off duty and proceeds to drink heavily, eventually passing out somewhat. But some of you remain behind, as Father Lucian had invited you to the church to discuss something of a matter of urgency. Not all of you decided to go, only some of you went. Some remained at the inn. So those of you that went to the church spoke to Father Lucian Petrovich, who informed you that a sacred object known as the bones of St. Andral had gone missing or been stolen from the church. He suspected the gravedigger or cemetery hand Milyov as potentially the person that had stolen them, as he was one of the only people that, besides the father, was the only other person that may have known about the whereabouts of these bones and their significance to the protection of the township. Once heading back to the inn, you actually had a conversation with one Rictavio, which didn't quite go as well as you planned. A zone of truth was cast, and the only person that didn't need to tell the truth was Rictavio in the end, as he managed to save against the spell effects, although he seemed relatively truthful in the information he gave you. It was determined that Adok had indeed stolen 4 or 5 of the pastries from the Hag's windmill, and Zadriel admitted that she was actually kind of keen on tasting one. That said and done, you eventually made your way to your rooms. A few conversation between Zadriel and Emilia, a little more information given from Emilia to Zadriel. But eventually you found your way to your beds and you turned in for the evening. And this is where we rejoin our heroes and day 7 of your time in Barovia. As you stir awake, Karnos, you're still sleeping. You're pretty well hammered from the night before, so you'd probably be a late riser this day. But everyone else is starting to stir and wake. Zadriel, you'd be the first to probably notice a bit of not a commotion, but there's a bit of raised voices downstairs. Nothing too serious, just almost like a light ribbing or someone giving someone a bit of jip. And then you hear the bar owner tell this person, time to leave, not to come back. And you then hear the door open and close quite heavily, and then things seem to settle down. But apart from that, it's all is relatively well this morning. Over to you, players.
Going to go downstairs and say good morning to the bartender. And I heard some kind of commotion. Is anything okay? Is everything okay?
Erwin sort of looks at you and half pie grin and says, yeah, everything's fine. It was nothing. We have trouble from time to time with the Vistani, the gypsies. They have a camp somewhere out of the city. They sometimes come to town and try and peddle their wares and their tonics and such. And I'm not interested in such things. And I normally don't allow them in the bar. But he left. It's fine. No need to be concerned. I trust you all slept well.
I think, am I the first one down?
It appears so. I've not seen any of your friends. The little ones appear to be keeping their noses clean somewhat. I am keeping an eye on them, though.
Ah, they are good little ones.
But it is. And with that, if any of you wish to join at the stage, you would then, the rest of you probably starting to make your way down, except for Karnos, who would still be in his bed, probably snoring quite heavily.
Yeah, I'll make my way down too.
So shortly as you're having this conversation, Jadriel, Skatus, Bibblestib, eventually Adok and Emilia all make their way downstairs. And no Karnos as yet, though.
Do you have anything for hangovers, like a drink, like
A
something?
hangover. Hair of the dog, of course. Yes, have more to drink. It's fine. I mean, a nice greasy breakfast, help put a lining on the stomach, but everyone is different.
I'm heading outside to the well.
Okay. So you head. You don't speak to anyone. You head straight out the door. Okay. Good morning, everybody. I trust you all slept well last evening. Little one, and he points to you, Adok. Would a moment, please?
All right.
And you approach the bar.
Yeah.
He sort of leans over the bar. I mean, the bar is sort of human height, so he leans forward over the bar so he can see you, and he says, I had a word from our esteemed guest on the upper floor that you were asking many questions of him last evening, and you were asked to see his room. This is not how we conduct ourselves in Vallaki, and I would ask that you show a little more respect to our guest, if you please.
To be fair, I will have you know that normally I would have broken into his room. So me asking him is a way of showing respect. So, you know, if you'd like to give him that message,
I
more than
respect your
welcome.
honesty. I'm a little concerned, but honesty is a good policy.
Well, yeah, yeah, I'm an honest person. You can trust me, always. Is that right, everyone else? You can trust me. I'd never lied.
Can I get some coffee, please?
Of course. You can hear Danica probably making coffee now. She's making a lot of noise in the back, but this is fine. Coffee is a noisy process.
Go ahead.
You know, I'll take it in
You're
mind.
not there,
It's just-
Skatus.
Yeah, I'm just telling you what I'm going to be doing out there.
That's fine. I'll get to you in a moment.
Okay.
Don't panic.
Yeah, I will say what you've said on board. It's just, you know, different, I guess, rituals and customs and stuff like that. You see, like in my where I'm from, it's, you know, different. But yeah, I will keep it on board. No more of that.
I appreciate it. He is a special guest, and he is paid well for his room. So I just appreciate if you extend a little courtesy for my sake, and so we don't have to involve the town guard. It wouldn't be most unfortunate.
Oh no, not a town guard. Look, thank you so much. Here, 5 silver. That's for you, sir. All right. Keep it in your
You
pocket.
are so
take it away.
generous. Thank you.
Yeah.
With
See, Karnos?
oozing with sarcasm as he takes the 5 silver.
All right, over. Just gonna walk away from the bar. You know, what the fuck's his problem?
And while you guys are sort of talking amongst yourselves, Skathis, you have wandered outside, heading towards the well.
There's a bucket there, I assume.
There is a bucket. It's not like the more modern wells where it's got a wheel on it that would lower the bucket down and you'd wind it back up. It's just literally a bucket on the side with a rope on it. You throw it in, pull it up by hand.
Yeah, do that.
So you throw the bucket in, you pull it up, no problems. It's about 2/3 full.
Can I untie the rope that's attached to it?
You can.
I do so then.
Come on, you're not Alessandra Skathis. I know exactly what you're up to.
So I walk back inside with the bucket of water.
We don't come back inside. Actually, you guys don't actually come down inside the bar. You would have walked in the bar. Your stairs from your rooms is on the exterior of the building. So as you come down the stairs, it's on the outside of the building. You would have then walked in the main door. But when you're upstairs, you're in the building, and your balcony looks out over the main bar area. But then you exit and come down on the exterior of the building. So you would have gone straight to the well, and the rest would have gone inside. So you can actually go up the stairs to the room without actually going into the bar itself.
Well, I'm doing that then.
Okay, just to clarify, just so you guys remember where you are. So you climb those exterior stairs leading back up to the balcony above, and I know exactly where you're heading. What are we doing with the bucket of water? Thank you.
Pouring it over Carnos's head. And then promptly tell him, you sleep too much, and walk back outside.
So, Carnos, you are now drenched. Thank you.
What the holy flying...
And you hear Skathis say, you sleep too much, as he turns and heads towards the door. You have a reaction.
As a reaction, would I be able to toss a knife from my chest belt, which I do not take off?
Certainly can.
Because I feel like not knowing what was happening, it would be...
Reactionary. So are you attempting to hit Skathis, or...
Absolutely, I don't realise it's Skathis. Someone just attacked me in my room, and I'm flicking a hand knife at him.
Roll to hit.
Oh, it's good. 24 to hit.
I believe that does hit Skathis.
And that is...
You muted, Trash. But I'll give you a reaction to this too, Trash. Because you have deflect missiles, I believe, as a monk.
Yeah, that will be 6 damage if it gets through.
You're muted, Trash.
So you use your reaction to deflect or catch a missile when you are hit by a ranged weapon attack.
So you have been hit, or you're about to be hit by a dagger that's just come flying from Carnos's hand. So do you have to roll for it?
Looks like I do.
Pretty sure you do.
With a 16.
Yeah, what's your target to get on that?
I'm just going to double check. I get this to do with damage.
So the damage you take from the attack is reduced by 1d10 plus 8 to reduce the damage to 0, and have a free hand. You can spend 1 key point to make
return it. Yeah.
Attack.
So you got a 16. You definitely reduced the damage to 0. So if you want to spend the key point to return the dagger to Carnos, you can, or you can catch it.
I'll just catch it.
I'll be like, oh, it's just you.
As I'm walking past the door, I slam it into the door frame.
Okay. So yeah, you see Skathis, you wake, you grab your dagger, you fire it at this figure as your eyes are sort of blurry from the water and from waking suddenly, and the figure catches the dagger and slams it into the door frame, and that's probably about that point your eyes clear and you see the back end of Skathis as he leaves the room, your dagger now firmly planted into the door frame.
I grab the dagger and wiggle it out, and I'm like, that was actually pretty cool, eh? And I slide it back into my cross belts. I'll have to tell him that next time I see him. And Carnos will start putting his armor and stuff back on.
And I go back to the well and tie the bucket.
Okay. So back down the bar, coffee is made and presented to you guys, and a range of fruits and looks like berries, some fresh apples, things like that, sort of more breakfasty type things that sort of just passed on to the bar with you. Danica does ask if you wish for anything more substantial, if you're asked for any type of meats or anything like that, or would the fruits be sufficient?
I think fruits are lovely.
Oh, they are very fresh. We went out early this morning and picked them fresh ourselves from just outside of Valaki. It's a nice orchard out there. Lots of fresh fruit and berries.
Good. Fresh fruit, berries. I like. Good for brain.
Well, good healthy breakfast too. Too much meat to make you fart lots. I mean, Erwin, he very fleshwood.
Come here. I have plans. And I pull out a sheet of paper. And I've got drawings of Karnos standing in the Adam pose with diagrams and stuff of possible leg modifications.
Awesome.
Yeah, walk over and go, yeah, right, that's a good idea. I feel like what we should do, though, what do you reckon? Should we put, like, some jet propulsion sort of thing, like, attached to his leg, or should we just try and balance it out? Like, we could enhance it or just make it normal?
No. If we put jets on his legs, he'll blow himself up. Not a good idea. Make it simple. We use KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
Right. Should we go like spring load mechanism or actually like a charcoal fired sort of thing?
Flywheel, running springs. That would work. Although, steam engine would be funny.
Exactly.
Make it sound like you fart every half hour.
Yeah, that could be good.
Yeah.
People,
Ah.
you are trying to help him, not humiliate him. Are you?
And at this
Oh,
point, Scathus, you would
humiliate.
return and probably catch the tail end of this conversation. And I dare say Scathus has a pretty big grin on his face at the moment. He's feeling pretty good about himself. And within 5 or 10 minutes after that, Karnos joins you, looking a little wet. His hair would be soaked. He's probably dried himself off somewhat, but his hair is still very wet.
Yeah, Karnos,
Yes.
you remember last night you agreed to Mr. Stib and I kind of pulling apart your leg and fixing you up a little bit, yeah? You remember that? Everyone else remembers that, right?
It would seem I remember exactly. No, I did not agree to anything.
Sure, I'm pretty sure you said yes.
Look, and he shows his leg, and he's got the strapped on like knee brace that Fibble made him previously. He's wearing it out of the kindness of his heart, but he's not telling you that.
Yes.
Adult roll deception, and Karnos roll perception, please. So perception versus deception.
Oh, that's good. 19.
19 from you,
Oh,
Adok.
I got a 20.
so close.
So with that, you're pretty certain you didn't agree to anything, but then the air of doubt sort of creeps in on top of it as well. The roll's too close to say for certain that you definitely.
I did have a lot to drink. It's possible I may have agreed to something against my will, but at this point,
You're completely willing.
well, we'll have to see what you come up with.
That's just it. I mean, if you've got some spare time, Mr. Stib and I would like to take some measurements, probably have a bit more of a look at what's going on, maybe a bit underneath the skin. I might have to cut you open a little bit. You all right with that?
I'm not afraid of sharp knives or needles or anything like that, if that's what you're asking.
Right. Hear that?
Can heal you up right away.
Mm.
A little bit of fire, sear it, and then heal. Piece up. All right.
Okay then. First things first. And he takes one bottle from one side. Puts the
he's
stoppers
back.
back in the flask. Ah, damn it. Still skipping.
Yeah, it's not as bad though.
New modem still didn't work. Yeah, he takes a drink from one of each flask, sort of shakes it off, and goes, we shall talk about this another time. And he sort of heads over to get some breakfast.
Heal him up like a certain cow, people that I know of. Hmm?
Cow works perfectly fine. No issues here. Move along. Move along.
you know what they say as well, 2 brains are better than 1. So I don't know anything about this cow, but, you know, I have pulled apart a human once or twice in my lifetime, so absolutely nothing new. Rest assured. You are in complete and safety, Karnos, when we do it. Complete safety.
Carlos, as he was walking away to get his breakfast, turns around and shoots Adok a glance and goes, "Yes, I've pulled apart many a goblin in my time as well." And then walks away, carrying on to get his breakfast.
That's it, man. Everyone seems like they're in such a mood today. Like, the first it's the bartender, then it's Karnos. So what's... Anyone else like to have a go? A little old me. Skaters. Emilia. Zadriel?
I would, but I've got nothing.
Skaters just sit there grinning.
What did you do, Skaters? Why are you grinning?
I woke someone up.
That Carlos, maybe? He's the last one down.
He sleeps too much.
He's hungover.
Sleeps too much.
Have you ever been hungover?
Nope.
Well,
What's hungover?
I will show you sometime.
Emily is going to see everyone eating and talking, and she's basically going to scout and leave the room, and she's going to go sit out by the water well.
Yep, no
outside.
worries. So, pretty much it's up to you guys what you do next. You have some options available to you. So, up to you which course of action you're going to take.
Carlos is eating some fruit and having a drink of water.
I want to talk to the mayor about these children.
Which children?
The ones in these stocks.
It's family.
The family in these stocks.
Okay. Oh, we need to talk to him about something else as well.
No,
Oh no, we gotta stop him from finding out about the bones. That's right.
Yeah.
Carlos overhears this and is like, bones? I mean, I'm all for saving the family, but what bones? I missed something here?
Oh yeah, it's human oogity boogity. It's like they feel like these bones are some sort of worshipping magical thing. They feel like it's gone missing. Someone stole it, or whatever. They think it's a groundkeeper, something like that. Round. I don't know, Zadriel, you know what I'm talking about, yeah?
yes, someone stole their father's secret bones of some such person, and we are to find them.
Excellent. A new adventure for a new day. Finally, some good we can do around here.
True. So which should we go to first?
Where were the bones?
He thought the person took the bones,
Milioff.
Milioff, and he is, thank you, DM, and he is at the graveyard, maybe groundskeeping.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Well, I mean, the people in the stocks aren't going to go anywhere anytime soon, so we've got time
That
for that.
is pretty harsh. Okay,
Hey,
well,
no, well, we can use the bones as a levering action, and make the dude that's in charge let the family go, or we get rid of the bones.
no, he doesn't know about the bones. We are not supposed to tell him. He will be upset.
He'll freaking know about the bones after we show him.
We're not going to show him the bones. He'll be more upset.
Why do we care if he's upset?
We want him to release the family.
Why don't we just kill him and then release the family? Seems to be how this country seems to work.
I think there's too many gods. And probably it would be wrong.
But would it?
I don't know him. don't know if he is evil or not, but he sounds fairly evil.
Or maybe we can talk to that Rosia or whatever her name is, the one that the Duchess that pisses the head muckety muck up.
What on earth are you talking about? I'm so lost. I'm bewildered.
Look, we have a very simple structure of, in where I come from. There's 2 kings, and that's it.
So
No one
they're
else.
gay.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
In
All
the-
right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
we got 2 kings, and that's it. There's no lords, no lordesses. There's kings. Done. Kings.
So
people.
you don't like women. You're saying like there's just kings and then there's nothing else. It's kings and people. So women just aren't. What are women?
There are
Yeah.
2 kings ruling Nomengard, and that is all that he knows, really.
Yeah. Why you need anything else than 2 kings?
Wait, what? So you're saying that in your thing that you've never had like a female leader?
We did once, but now we
How
got
do-
2 kings. We had a king and a
alright.
queen. King, queen die. 2 kings in charge.
Well, they're technically 2 queens if you think about it, but you know.
Well, one's a king and the other one's more of a kingy queen, queen, king, king, queen, king.
How is this pertinent to saving the family in this talks, people?
Well, we put our own king in charge.
Dear God, I have a headache.
You know who I reckon would be a good king in charge, just for shits and giggles?
Who?
Scathus.
He says nothing.
Exactly.
No one would get hurt.
But you'd have to
No one
force.
would know what to do.
You'd have to force. He'd have to talk then. He'd have to.
Actually, I think a good one would be Emilia.
This talks to me. I don't know what you're. Maybe he doesn't like you. A dog.
Maybe. Oh. No. Everyone likes me. Wow. These those people. But that's a different story.
So, what are we doing, people? While you decide, I'm going to switch over to Emilia for just a moment. Emilia, what are you getting up to at the well?
Basically, I'm just sitting there, sort of having a drink.
I thought it was
of
something
water.
interesting. Damn.
Not really interesting. Sort of avoiding the group, trying to be alone.
Okay. I mean, you're not really alone. There are townsfolk now starting to move around the town, and some people do occasionally come to the well and draw some water into their own sort of water jugs and things. They give you a nod and greeting. No one really talks to you, but they acknowledge you're there respectfully. But that's generally about it. So Emily's not up anything interesting, so we'll come back to the party inside.
Carnos,
Yes, ma'am.
perhaps you should go get Emilia yourself for us so she can help decide where to go.
Is she off on her own again, away from the group?
Yeah, I think she needs your commending presence to call her back in.
All right. Okay, I'll do that. Fine. He sort of chews up the last of his apple and finishes his water, puts it down, heads out to the well.
In all seriousness, though, I feel like maybe we should try and talk to this young bloke at the gravesite about the bones. See if he knows what's going on before we go and see the Burgermeister.
All right, fine.
I mean, Fibble's got a point. If we've got the bones on us, we could use it as a bargaining chip. Maybe somehow. Who knows?
You're going to use the sacred bones of a religion as a blackmail to the mayor.
Maybe.
Right. I do not approve.
Why?
Because I am a paladin and it feels wrong.
Not your god.
That is true. Fuck it, let's go.
Ah, religion.
Oh, I love it. So, you, Karnos, are the first to go outside and catch up with Emilia, followed shortly, probably within 5 minutes, with the rest of the group.
So, Carlos would approach Emilia. What is Emilia doing at this?
You sort of froze, but I'm going to say Emily is basically sitting with her back against the well, looking basically up at the sky. Like, if you imagine, like, sort of my position. Sort of, yeah.
And you'll be facing the way I'm coming from, sort of thing, but you're facing up in
Yeah.
the sky.
Okay, so she probably wouldn't notice you straight away. Or if at all.
Is she properly dressed?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Just making sure she didn't go out in a nightgown or something.
There's
So
no
Carlos walks up and he's like, excuse me, Lady Amelia.
Carlos, good morning. How are you?
A little damp and otherwise feeling fine.
A little frozen too, it appears.
Oh, it's a long one.
It's a long one this time.
Oh,
And he's back.
am I back?
Oh, he's back.
Where did I get to?
Good
little
morning.
wet.
Yeah, a little wet, and that was about it.
A little damp and a little tired today.
Well, I can't do anything about the tire, but would you like to be dry? Because I can help you with that.
Yeah, if you can do something about that, I'll be happy.
Emily is going to use shape water or whatever it was. Shape water. And basically draw the water off Karnos that
Yeah, it's just in
Well,
his, it's just in his
basically-
hair. Yeah.
flick it off onto the ground
Mm.
next to his face.
And now your hair is dry.
Excellent, I have dry hair. Hopefully it doesn't go poofy. Now,
Roll for poofiness.
Roll for frozen.
Damn. Be back in a moment, chat.
I think this is actually worse than what it was with the old one. Like,
It seems to be happening a little bit more often at the moment, so
yeah.
anytime I try to do something extra.
pretty much.
So the group and I are just discussing what we should be doing next, Amelia, and we were hoping you would be in amongst with a team with a discussion, if that was okay with you.
Oh, would you like me to join you on side? Sorry, I can't tell if you're frozen or not.
Yeah, he is. But pretty much at that moment that as you guys are discussing that, the rest of the group exit the inn not far behind you, Karnos, and join all of you out at the well.
Oh, hey, here they are now.
Good morning, everyone.
Yep, morning. Are you ready to go? We've made a decision. Come on, let's go.
Off to find the bones.
Off to see the bones of the wizard.
No, off to find the bones to blackmail the burgomaster.
Emily is basically going to say, what bones? Do you mean the bones that we saw on the side of the road the other day, or what?
Oh, true, yes.
Oh, I wonder what is those bones?
What bones are we talking about here?
Some guy's bones.
Holy bones.
Wow. Holy bones.
That's a good point. How are we going to know which bones are holy?
Whoa.
Maybe they got holes in them?
Oh, people. No.
Or
What? Well, you could detect goodness, can't you? Just touch and do your thing.
Hmm.
But not the other thing, just that thing.
Roll a religion check, Zazriel. and it might be able to determine what you would perceive as what a holy relic might look like.
17.
17. So from your experience, even in your own religion, you don't really worship that kind of thing. Most of the holy relics your religion has is more holy symbols, gold, silver, that type of thing. But you have heard of other religions revering the bones of lost saints, and normally their bones generally get encased in a small chest, like gold chest, or they might have them carved in a particular way, and then have them laid in a sacred site. And from the conversation with Father Petrovich the day before, he did inform you that these bones had been stored under the altar in the main area of the church, under the floorboards, and they had been in a small golden chest, which seems to have remained. So someone's just taken the bones out themselves. So he didn't give you a description of the bones, but you could possibly tell with that they may be sacred bones, and they may be carved, they may have something different about them in general, but you won't know until you find them.
All right, well, we better get started, everyone. Ready to go?
So where do we look for bones?
The Miliov has them. Well, we think he might have them. So we are going to persuade him to tell us the truth.
Yes, persuade. That's the word. We're going to beat the shit out of him until he tells us the truth.
We
Well,
could ask him
Carnos is-
first.
Actually, Skaithus is. Karnas is more choppy. Yeah, Skaithus is more punchy.
I mean, I can punch as well if need be. I prefer to butt with my head.
You want to punch with your head?
Yes,
That
it does a lot more damage.
That actually.
Why
makes
would you
sense.
bang your head?
Well, if someone
Because
needs it,
He's got a big ass battering ram on top of it. You know, look at that forehead. It's huge.
it's right. But it's that receding hairline. It gives me a
Ah.
lot of gives me a lot of good bash point.
Bash point. Right.
All right, I'm going out the door.
You're already
Shaking
outside.
my
You're
head.
all already
I'm
outside at the
going
well.
further, shaking my head.
So you start making your way towards the church. As you head about halfway there, you do spot Ismark coming towards you, and he stops and greets you. Good morning. Where are you all off to today? It's fairly early. I expect you would all to have a bit of a lie-in after yesterday's events.
We are.
Yes, Skaithus. Yeah.
Yes. We are running a few errands for the father of the church here. So.
Of course. I have a few errands to run myself. But if you need assistance for anything, please don't hesitate to come and find me. I will most likely head back to the inn or back to the church a little bit later on. But I have some business in town. So good luck to you in whatever your endeavors are today.
You wouldn't happen to be good at finding holy bones, would you?
Holy bones? I'm
Yeah,
not sure
like-
what you are speaking of, but no. I'm not a very religious man. My sister is the more religious one in the family, but she believes she's safe at the church. If she believes it, so do I.
Right, where's the shop? Never mind.
How is your sister?
She is well. She is doing better, I think. She's sleeping a lot better with us being here, of course, instead of so close to the castle. Let's hope it continues.
That's good. I would like to visit her, but I'm not allowed to step foot on the grounds of a church that is not my own.
This is up to you. I mean, the church is open to everyone of all religion. It's not solely for St. Andral, but it is your choice. She would like to see you. She has spoken highly of you.
Oh, yeah. I might see her.
Of course, no pressure. It's as I say. Well, good day to you all. Well, if you need me, you can probably find me at the Blue Water Inn for a time, and then back at the church a bit later on with Irina. But good day for now. And he starts heading towards town.
We are supposed to keep the bones private matter. Just so you know, heads up. Don't tell anyone. I think.
Oh.
Yes, Father Petrovich did specifically say that to keep things discreet.
Mm.
Right. My bad, but I felt like, yeah, my bad. All right, no more. I will
This
shut
Mark
my
is
mouth.
nice. We can trust him, I think. So, onward. Yes.
I need you all to roll a perception check for me, please. Adok. That doesn't look like a good roll.
I got a dirty one.
A dirty one. How did you get a dirty one? What did you
I
roll?
got -1 to perception.
So you rolled a 2. Wow.
Yeah.
Picker.
I got 18.
18. Skatus.
7.
Carnos.
14.
Emilia.
Nat 1.
Ooh,
4.
natural 1. Zadriel.
7.
So, out of all those rolls, Fibblesip, you're the only one that notices. As you head towards the church, you are being followed once again. He is hanging back a reasonable distance, trying not to be seen. But you have sort of, as you're glancing around, there's a few people milling around, but this one seems to be tailing you.
Is it the same one that was
Same,
tailing
yeah,
us
same,
last one?
same dude.
I'm gonna go Zadriel. Zadriel, your friend's back.
He is not my friend. He is, I think he. Oh. Turn around. Hello. Hello.
The moment you turn and wave, he's about 50 or 60 feet behind you. He disappears down an alley.
Well, I guess there's no messages for us today. So,
Do you want me to do something about him?
what do you want to do?
I don't know, he's tailing us. It's a bit awkward and weird. Maybe we should grab him and question him a bit.
Maybe one of us should tailing us.
Him tailing us to where?
To the bones.
Or maybe he is a bard and he is getting our story for great songs to come.
Oh my god. Shoot him now.
The bard? You don't like bards?
The Badacanos.
Either, either.
Ah,
I don't understand. Would that not be great to go into a bar, into a hotel, into a something like that, and have a bard singing the great songs of the... we don't actually have a name for our group, but of our group.
I'm just gonna take a quick look around. Does everyone look like they're smiling or happy, like townsfolk?
Roll perception. Again. If you get another dirty one, I'm going to laugh my tits off.
17.
17. As you look around, there's not very many people that over this side of town. The few people that are around, you see a few, as you're passing a few homes, like little cottages, thatched roofs, single-story ones, nothing too expensive over the side of town. They seem to be just going about their general sort of daily lives. Some seem more stoic than others, but generally it's just a very, not solemn, but not happy either. It's real middle of the road type stuff. No real smiling, laughing people. People greet each other with a semi grin and a wave. But apart from that, you don't hear laughter at all anywhere. You don't see people stopping and greeting each other and having sharing a joke or anything like that. It's fairly sort of depressing overall. You could put it down to the weather, the fact that it's constantly overcast and constantly either drizzling or just damp all the time, or just it could be the constant festivals that are held here that are just bringing people down. I mean, but generally the populace is pretty downtrodden.
Turn to Carlos and go, I don't believe that people really have a lot of bards here. Just take a quick look.
Well, see, yeah. I mean, you make a valid point, but a bit of music might make people happy around here, right?
Rictavio always looks happy, and that toy maker fellow looks happy.
You're right, Rictavio did look happy, I agree. And the bartender seems to be happy enough.
Content.
He seemed, more content than happy. Like he looks like he's doing okay business-wise, but he does have an air of sort of stress about him as well. Like he's not happy, joy kind of thing. It's more of a content than happiness.
Doc, do you like music?
No.
No. Oh, I'm surprised. Do you not like what do you not like about music?
Usually every time I hear music, it means humans. And usually every time I hear humans, I'm reminded of the constant death of my brethren.
I see. Do goblins not sing?
No. We
Okay.
chant.
It's good to know. All right.
We beat drums and we chant, but not really like sing.
Can you strum us some lines?
No, well, I mean, I could, but not like, it's probably not a time and place. We should probably get to the bones though, to be honest.
No, you're
Wait.
right, Mr. Stibb. You're right. I would like to hear some of the drumming goblin song. That would be lovely.
No, chanting.
Chanting. Sorry, chanting goblin.
Not
yeah.
singing, chanting.
I think this is it's me to learn. I need to learn about you, so I learn to hate you less.
He's got
Right,
a
look.
point.
I'll do you all a favour. If we get this sorted out, and then we get the bones and people
Well,
are
yeah.
happy.
We're walking, right? We're walking.
You are.
Yeah,
yeah.
walking to
I've-
yeah.
Yes.
I've come accustomed to assuming that you guys are walking and talking at this point.
So
Always.
what I want to say is, okay, Adok, we're all walking. A chant might actually help with the travel.
You mean like a cadence?
Oh, you got it.
yeah,
But
one of
I
them.
put a hand on Edoc's shoulder and pat him while casting heroism when he's not looking. He now has extraordinary bravery and a +5 temporary hit points for 1 minute.
Please refrain, trash.
Walk along or something like, actually, you know what? You might be right. You guys have got a pretty good idea. I'll tell you what I do. This is a classic sort of ritual thing that I do. If everyone could just sort of beat to this, and we just go, boom, 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 boom. Come on, follow me, everyone. Go join in. Boom, boom, boom. Come on, like everyone, not just me. If we're gonna do it, we gotta do it as a group, yeah?
But we
No,
don't-
just me then.
we,
All
we
right.
don't know the words.
Well, no, but I'm laying down the beat, and then I'm gonna do the chant on top. You understand?
All right, so I'm going to lay
I-
down the beat and then let you do the chant.
Okay, lay
Right.
down the beat, Feeble.
I'm waiting on you, Fibble Slib.
A boom,
No, no,
boom.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. You just
Yeah,
can't
because I
hear
can't
it.
hear it
Exactly.
as I walk along this guy. Hilapa, hilapa, uyakana, hilapa, hilapa, uyakana. Ew, ew, wapa, hurpa, ew, ew. It's like walking down the street.
That was the best thing. Yeah, oh, I got to take a note of this.
Oh shit!
You know, Adak, I think that bear is really helping you out. I really do.
Can you tell me what that means? Those is it like a happy marching tune? What do the words
Yeah,
say?
I can tell you what it means. It means kill the humans, slay
Eat
their
the
blood,
babies,
eat their babies, drink their
kill
blood,
the women and the children.
and do dirty things to the women.
Look, normally it's close. Like normally this is an exciting sort of just after we've had a war or a battle, and we're coming into a lot. And we're celebrating the victory. We're praising our fellow pantheon goblin lords, and we're just having a good old time chatting around, sort of tearing into flesh, drinking blood of our spilt enemies, that sort of thing. Just all the stuff that make you feel good on the inside. That is what that's about.
That is bloody amazing. I am impressed.
Very good.
Kudos to you, Adolk.
You did get some
Yeah.
weird looks from some of the population. That there's not many people around, but there's a few people that you do pass along the road as you guys are walking towards the church. As Adok is chanting this weird goblin chant, and yeah, some of the looks that there's a couple walked past at one point, and yeah, both of them just gave you the strangest look as they sort of took a wide berth out around you guys as they passed you. But within a few moments after the chant, you arrive at the front of the church. You know that the cemetery is at the rear of the church. I will bring up a map for you. Here's of Strahd. Maps.
You guys are the worst.
That was well done, dude. Well done.
But look,
Yeah.
Adak, you're making people feel things. It might be confusion, but they are feeling something here. It's good.
Oh, I actually feel like I understand you a little more now than what I did before. And it takes guts to walk down the street and sing, chant out loud. That's pretty gutsy for a little fella.
Yeah, what I mean, I feel like it's growing on me. I don't know if it's like if it's you, or if it's the bear, or if it's everyone. I just feel like a little bit more, like I've got a bit more oomph. I feel, you're right. I do feel a little bit closer to you guys. I don't know what's going on. I feel all right. I feel pretty good.
So roughly, just to give you a rough idea, the orange building here in the centre is a church, and off to the left is a walled cemetery in the churchyard. So there are, if you go all the way around the wall to the far side, there is a double set of wrought iron gates that would lead directly into the churchyard, or you could go through the church.
From these gates, do we see a groundskeeper or anyone working in the graveyard?
Roll a perception check.
I'll do the same.
Oh, that's not good. That's a 7.
7. You skaters.
I'm seeing how strong these wrought iron gates are. 5.
So look, I mean, the gates are partially open. They're not closed or locked, but they are partially swung open. But from the gates, you can't really see anybody at this point. I mean, you know that Milyov is normally tending the graves He digs graves as well, but sometimes does help out in the church itself, in the rectory. But from where you are currently, you can't see anyone.
We will have to go in. So, is the gate unlocked?
It is.
Do you see any fresh graves?
Not with
Are
the
you
rolls.
guys-
Not with the rolls they made.
I don't see much of anything till I get to the gate, I think.
Okay, fair enough.
If they go in, Emily won't follow.
Okay. So Emilia hangs back at the gate.
She won't enter the gate.
Do you tell them that you're not going in?
No, she just sort of hangs at the back, just sort of. If somebody turns around, she'll say that she's not going in, but that's up to them.
Do we
so,
notice that he's not she's not coming in?
I would say that you would. I mean, you guys have pretty adamant about sticking together at this point, so I would assume that you would try and make sure that you are sticking together as much as possible, even though, like, you are in town, so you're probably pretty sure it's relatively safe in town, but you have all expressed that you would rather not separate.
Long-haired Ginger, you're not going to miss her if she doesn't follow you.
Exactly.
Okay, long-haired Ginger, why are you not coming down with us?
As you will have heard me say to Ismark before, I cannot enter the grounds of a church that is not my own.
Is this the church or is it the graveyard?
Church grounds. It's all the same ground.
Yeah, it's part of the church.
Is that's not a little weird, is it? I find people can just walk onto any sort of ground. You just put your foot through the gate, Amelia.
I assume you're not a religious person, Carlos.
I'm not particularly, no.
Okay, well, if somebody told you that you couldn't do something,
Then I defy them because I can do anything. For we are heroes.
okay, well, if somebody told you that doing something would brand you as being a criminal and not a hero, then would you still do it? That would
Possibly not.
strip away all your hero status and chuck you in a dingy cell.
Yes, that would be not so good. So you'll get chucked in jail for stepping on holy ground?
For stepping on holy ground that is not my own, I fear the repercussions of my God.
Ah, now I see. Zadriel?
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. You froze. Zadriel, that's what I heard.
Do you have the same beliefs with your god?
Oh, he lets me step wherever I want. He's good.
Okay. All right. And Carlos just carries on and following the others.
Emilia, could you possibly keep a lookout in case this person is here and starts to run off? We can, you can follow, maybe a wolf or something. Follow him. Let us know.
I can do that.
All right.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh no, the box is on holy ground.
What?
We could get Emily to sniff the box and then she can follow the bones. And if she's a dog, dogs love bones.
We probably should not eat the sacred bones.
Not eat, find. If they're old, they should really stink.
If the box is made of gold, then the bad people would have probably taken it with them because it's probably worth more than the bones.
Apparently they like bones more than gold. Pretty fucked up, but okay.
Mr. Amelia, hello, you in here?
So you start searching the church grounds. I need everyone to make an investigation check, please.
Would that bravery still be going?
last for a minute, so it's probably faded by now.
17 for me.
17. Carnos.
23.
23. Fibble.
I actually rolled a 15.
15. Adok.
6.
6. And Skatus.
Gravestone. 4.
We're going to take an average anyway, so.
From outside the boundary, I got a nat 20. Looking over the fence. I got 22.
Okay, so you just peering over the wall, or just through the gate?
Through the gate, over the wall.
I mean, the gate's open. It's a wrought iron gate. You're probably peering through the gate. With a nat 20, you can see your companions quite clearly, sort of milling out, trying to find Milyov, and you spot him over the far corner before the rest of you, Zadriel and probably Fibble and Karnos, spot him over in the far corner towards the back of the churchyard.
Emily is going to yell out, hey, he's over there. Hey, it's over there.
And with that, the rest of you that hadn't noticed anything would now notice him. It looks like he's cleaning up a gravesite.
Does anyone else want to do the talking? Or do you want me to do it?
Well,
You
you're
do
the
such a
leader.
great job. That's
That's
right.
what-
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, she is.
You're the leader. That's what leaders do.
Okay.
Or you tell us what to do. I guess that's the other option.
You could always get Karnos to do all the conversation. He's just a brilliant conversationalist.
I feel like Skathis has this in the bag.
Oh, Skate is good talk, yes.
Yeah, scared the good dude. Or scare the shit out of the bloke. One of the two.
I
Well,
will
then we
be
have it.
persuading. You can be intimidating standing behind me. How's that, Skatus?
Oh,
Is it
you
good?
play. Yeah, you play like the good guard, bad guard.
Good God,
scenario.
bad God. Yes. What do you think, Skatus?
Oh, wait a minute.
Do you need some medication, maybe, people? I think it's time for us to get you checked for, brain worms or something.
Does he get rabies?
I don't know.
Rabies? No. No. Haven't had rabies in years. Got all my shots. Got some more.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna go up to him now.
As you approach Milyov, he hasn't noticed you at this point, even though you're not exactly being quiet. He seems to be pretty intently doing his job. He's clearing off some old flowers, old dead flowers, and just clearing some old leaves, and just generally cleaning up the headstone and the grave markers around the area. He sort of stands up, stretches out his back. He's been bending over, wipes the sweat from his brow. And he is a younger man. I said I gave you guys a description the last time, but he's a younger gentleman. He is probably in his mid-20s, but he is got dark hair. I will find a photo of him here somewhere. 1 second. To the M's. There he is. So that is young Milyov, very intense looking young man. Short, dark, sort of greasyish hair. Not scruffy, but not well kept either. Greyish eyes. As he stretches his back, wipes the sweat from his brow, and then stands up and sort of looks around and sort of sees you guys wiping the dirt from his hands. Waits for you to approach him. It sort of gives you a nod. Can I help you?
I give a hair flick and I say, hello. Are you Milyov by any chance?
Yes, I am. What do you want? Are you here to arrange a funeral or to come visit somebody? I've not seen you here before. You are. I've seen, he's sort of pointing through the airlock. I saw you at the church the other day. You are not from around here, are you?
No, I'm not.
So what do you want? You can see he's a little nervous. Swallows. He starts wringing his hands.
Well, we are here kind of looking around for something that has kind of gone missing in the church. Do you know anything about that?
No. What has gone missing?
Some kind of bones or something, not anything of importance. And I'm reading his face as I'm talking.
Roll insight.
Oh, 21.
21. His eyes are shifting backwards and forwards. He's swallowing quite a lot, like he's swallowing really deep. He doesn't appear to want to look you in the eye as you're speaking to him. Looks down at the ground, sort of moves his feet uneasily, looks back up at the sky, so says, no, I don't know anything about any bones.
Can I cast Zone of Truth where I'm standing, which is a 15-foot sphere? And that is a...
I don't think you even need to, if you don't, you can tell he's lying, straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
With
I
that
want to
roll, yeah.
ask him where,
Okay.
I want to ask him where he put them. So
I'm standing behind you,
Yes, yes you are.
Yes. I pull my hood off. Just to show me face.
He takes half a step back, and you can see his eyes go wide. What do you want? I know nothing. Honest, I don't know what you're talking about. Leave me alone.
This is my friend Scathus, and he kind of helps out when things go wrong, and he gets very angry though when people lie to him. We would like to just know where the bones
Roll
would
intimidation,
be.
Skaters.
Can I roll persuasion too?
We'll give Skaters a advantage on the intimidation. I think it's more of an intimidation than a persuasion on your part, even just with the tone. Trash.
I'm glad you said advantage. Fuck it hell.
Your rolls are terrible, dude.
So the first roll was 7. Then you said advantage, so now it's 21. Nat 20.
Nice. Natural 20 on the second roll. And with that, he just crumbles, like, almost instantly. He's like, I told Jeske about the bones, and I also told Heinrich Vandervoort, the coffin maker, about the bones, and he told me I stole the bones, but it was to feed my family. Heinrich offered me some gold to steal the bones and take them to the coffin maker's home, business place where he works and lives, and he gave me some gold, and I was able to feed my brothers and sisters.
Why did he want the bones?
I don't know. I'm not sure, but it was. I only did it for my family. I'm not a bad person, honest. We are starving. The Baron and his festivals, and it's just, you've seen the place here is not a nice place. We are hungry. We are wanting to eat, and we're not a rich family. The gold gave us enough food for a week or two. I'm sorry. Please don't tell Father Petrovich it was me. I don't want to get into this trouble.
Is it easy to find the coffin makers?
I can show you. Do you have a map of the town?
Yes, we do.
Here, I'll mark it on your map. And he looks at your map, and he points to the map. And the coffin maker, when we bring up, let's change that for a second. Maps. Play on a map. Excuse me. Pick up. God, where is it? There it is. Coffin Maker is not far from the town square, as it appears on your map. So we'll bring up your map here, and the Coffin Maker is this building here. So you're at the church on this side, so it's on the other side of town. It's the square's here, and the Coffin Maker is down here. I'll just enlarging that up a little bit so you can see. So from you, it's a straight shot down the main road of Vallaki, and you can then find your way into this area here, this is where the storage area is, and it's off there. And he points at him because the Coffin Maker is there. He has the bonds. I don't know if he has. I don't know what he's going to do with them, but please don't tell anybody it was me.
What do you all want to do?
Well, I guess we should go and see this Coffin Maker. Carlos leans over to Zadriel.
And whispers discreetly into her ear, so quietly she cannot hear a thing.
Every
And he's back.
fucking time.
Sweet nothing, sweet nothing.
Might have to put back up too.
Okay.
I can't remember. Did you guys cast Zone Truth or not?
I don't think you needed to in the
No.
end.
No. Okay, sweet. And he says to Zadriel, he says, "Does this? I don't know. Is this man a God-fearing man? He stole from his own god. Should we not turn him in? How does this work in religion?"
I feel like once I find out why they took the bonds, I will decide whether or not to tell their father. But so far, I will tell their father that he stole.
Excuse me, sir. If you need money, would you not just work hard for it?
I do work hard. I work hard every day, but this is not a great paying job. I work for the church. The church has no money. We look after the people that come here, but I do other jobs as well, but not enough. The Burgermeister has locked this town up pretty tight. Not many merchants come here, and not many people spend money.
Alright.
We just
The
we
church
are a
has
poor
no
town.
money. Yeah, okay. Are you not afraid of your god striking you down with lightning bolts or something?
I am not a religious man. I'm here for work and to help.
That explains a lot. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay. So what are you going to do? You're going to turn me in? I would not like to spend time in dungeons or in the stocks. I've helped you. I told you where they are. I will help you with anything you need. And you can see he's terrified. Like, he is absolutely mortified that he's done what he's done. The guilt is pretty evident in his face.
You will stay here and do your job. We will find out why these bonds were taken, and then we will decide what to do. But if you run away, we will come for you. You understand?
Okay, I'm here all day. I mean, this is my job. And he also shows you on the map where his house is. He says, well, if I'm not here, I mean, I do have to go home at some point, but this is where I live. If I'm not there, I'm here.
All right. We will go now. Thank you for telling us the truth.
Just, I'm sorry. I didn't. Just trying to feed my brothers and sisters. Honest. he sits down and almost at this point just about completely breaks down. Not like full on heavy sobbing, just you can see he's pretty distraught.
I'm going to start walking towards Emilia out to the gate.
No problem.
We'll follow.
Likewise.
So it doesn't take you long. The churchyard's not big. It's not a massive churchyard. Edoc, yes.
I'm gonna wait till everyone goes, and then I'm gonna reach in my pocket. I'm gonna pull out the platinum piece that I found on the ground, and I'm gonna kneel down. I'm gonna give it to him and just be like, "Oi, stop your fucking crying, all right? Look after your family. Yeah, this is for you." Give him a little slap on the cheek.
Are you sure?
Shh, shut up. I didn't give it to you.
Thank you.
And I just walk off.
And you can hear him, "Thank you," from behind you as you walk away. It's probably, you get the impression it's probably the most money he's ever seen in his entire life. So with that, you eventually all convene back at the churchyard gate where Emilia has been standing all this time. Just briefly, we'll switch over to Emilia. But as you guys, you've seen them talking to this young man, and they've now finished their conversation. They're heading back. Was there anything that you wanted to do while you were waiting? Anything in particular? Or were you just happy to be hanging out waiting for them?
Just sort of happy to be hanging out, to be honest.
Okay. So after a few, probably about 10 or 15 minutes, maybe half an hour of talking to Milyov, you make your way back to the gate and rejoin your companion. And that is where we'll take a short break. It's just gone 9 o'clock, so we'll take 5 minutes, guys. Have a wee break and grab a drink and all the bits and pieces. We'll be right back in a few moments. Don't go anywhere. Thank you for the follow, Mr. Deezers, or Deezers TV. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it very much. Hope you enjoy the show. Be right back. And he
he
froze. So it's not Skype.
What if it's that his modem doesn't have the power?
It used to work, that's the problem.
The thing is, it was working fine.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know. I'm at a loss. I really am.
I'm just thinking. I'm just wondering if he put a powered switch, like a powered hub, into his network, would that solve the issue? Just something to get a little bit more grunt.
Couldn't hurt to try.
Because
Yeah.
you can pick up powered switches
I can pick them up cheap as hell these
Yeah.
days.
cheap as hell. So, and it's not going to hurt your network
No.
to have
No.
one in there.
I'll do it next. That'll be my next thing.
Yes, Nutty, I did.
Also, just mentioned before as well to Evil, I was saying an option is to also bring your entire tower to Evil's and then see if you're having the same issue.
Yeah.
Well, that would eliminate
got a-
software straight away.
Yeah. So that would mean that it's literally something to do with the internet setup. Because if it runs
no.
fine on somebody else's network.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
Do you have a tablet that has Skype installed on it?
No, but I can do that.
Try.
Right now, but
Yeah, well, try that like later in the week. Try that. Call Evil and have a chat to him and see if it does freeze during that.
okay.
Just using your tablet on the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that will,
That'll give you
At
more
least-
indication. Yeah.
yeah.
If it's a network
100%.
issue.
100% when I like my Netflix, my YouTube, my WWE network, everything on the net was dropping out previous to this. There's no doubt about it.
So if it's everything, then it's definitely a network issue.
That's
Yeah.
that, but we've got the new modem and it still seems to be doing it here. But I haven't had any issues with the YouTube or anything like that.
Yeah, but it might be like,
Because, I mean, there is a fair distance between your modem in the lounge and where your computer is now, and the fact that you've now got Dad the flat on the network as well, with the length of cable from their place to the modem also.
What's the distance, roughly?
From
Me to the modem's about 10, 11
yeah,
meters.
it's about 10 meters, so it's a
Starting to
fair
push the
fair
limits.
distance. It is pushing the limits on the thing.
that's why I'm thinking if he puts in a powered switch, because the powered switch would give you that boost for the transmission and receiving, and also it because there's one downfall. All modems suffer the exact same problem. They
Yeah.
build them so cheap
Yeah.
that they don't bother to put a decent hub in it, and that's where you a lot of your.
I
big
think you're probably
downfall
right there,
is.
Adam. I think a powered switch would solve a lot of the issues.
Yeah, and at the same time, if like you do that, and you put your one and your parents' one on that powered switch.
Yep.
And then on their other end, you could put another one there, which would allow them to plug multiple items into it as well. And
Yep.
then it's also got a little bit more strength to get back to the modem.
I bought them. What is it? A TP-Link 300 Mbps Wi-Fi thingy. I don't know. Does that do the same thing? I've got it here.
That's just a wireless booster, isn't
Yeah,
it?
no, it's
Can't see it.
that can't see anything.
Oh, it's just turned into. Okay, never mind.
Turns into your
it
picture.
just turned into Carnos.
But yeah, that'll be just. I think that's just a wireless booster. Is that a wireless booster or a wired booster?
It's a modem router.
Well, they might do it on their end, maybe.
Yeah, that's what they've got at the minute.
Yeah, because if you've got a powered switch on your end and they've got that on the other end, that probably might
Yeah.
do the exact same job.
I'll try one at least anyway. I'll get
Yeah,
a booster
Give
first.
it a
The
shot.
other
It's
thing
about
is, I
anything we can
guess I could unplug the PC, put it back in the lounge temporarily, and run
See if
the
that
system
makes-
there and
yeah,
see if
see if that makes a
Because I was running
difference.
it on Wi-Fi previous when we were playing prior to
Yeah.
this.
before you moved it into that other room. So
Yeah,
that's
but
where that's
At the
where the
same
issue
time,
is.
the Wi-Fi is in the same area that the modem is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's yeah. It would be that one link is just that little bit too far for your modem to handle with. So if you put a powered switch in,
It
should
should solve the
nullify
issue.
your problem. It should
Okay.
straight away.
I'll try that out. Sweet, thanks.
Yeah. Well, we'll give it a give it. I mean, and I say powered switches are pretty cheap these days.
Yeah. You can pick up a decent one for like $40. Well,
You should be able to get them off Trade Me pretty cheap. Just a powered network switch.
Yeah.
Go.
I'll type in
You
Trade
don't
Me.
have to go anything stupid. Like you can get little 4-port.
You can get 4, 6, and 8 port. I mean,
just
four
4-point one. You'll probably have to pick one up at your local.
Warehouse.
No,
So the girl
Just
back
joking.
in
PB
chat,
Tech.
I see.
you'll be able to pick it up at your
yes,
local.
I see that. I walked into Nutty's room because she stole one of Hunter's wheelies, so I dropped my guts and left her with it. But anyhow, we're gonna get back into the show. Had a little bit of a tech talk. We're having some minor technological issues with Het and Karnos's computer, so hopefully we'll get it sorted at some point.
The sooner we get it sorted, the less time we're going to be spending there going, he's frozen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Again, most people don't seem to mind too much. Still holding numbers, so it's not hurting the show.
It's still annoying. It'd be good to get rid of.
Extremely annoying. So, without any further ado, we will return to Barovia, and on the outside, just on the gate, the outside of the churchyard, we rejoin our characters as you, I dare say, start heading towards the coffin maker's shop. By this stage, it's around about mid-morning. By the time you walked from the inn to the church, had your conversation, and started heading back again, it's about 10:30, 11 o'clock in the AM. And you must start making your way towards the coffin maker.
Sorry, DM, before we go,
Yes.
I was about to say he, you did it to me. Karnos, I would like to go into the church if anyone else, because we want to really still try not to be departed. So Karnos will say, excuse me, team, just before we leave, does anyone like to pop into the church with me? I have something I would like to do after talking to that young lad.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you don't all have to come at once, so just one person, so we're not split right up, you know?
People, do you want to go or you want me to go?
I'll go with Hop Along.
Oh, you would notice that he's not limping anywhere near as much today. If we go into the church, and is the priest around?
Make a perception check as you enter the church, the great big double doors of the church. There's a few people seated in the pews.
That is a little old 5.
Low 5. You look around, and in your drunken state, when Father Petrovich first joined you, I don't know if Karnos would remember exactly what he looked like. I'm pretty sure you were relatively liquored up when he was. Were you drunk already?
He wasn't there.
I didn't go. I was at the table.
No.
Yeah.
When he came to the inn and asked you guys to come to the church.
Yeah,
You
no.
were there, but I'm pretty sure Karnos was pretty sozzled by then.
Karnos was poked.
So you look around, and you're probably. I'd assume Karnos would know what priests generally look like. He's probably been into a church or two at some point in his life, maybe.
Once in a while, maybe. Yeah.
Not being religious, he's probably gone there for maybe healing, or he's probably dealt with clerics and stuff at some point. But you don't seem to notice anyone that sort of fits that description at the moment.
Okay, I lean over to Fribblestub and... Fribblestub, what race are you?
He's a gnome. A rock gnome.
And I say in Gnomish, do you know what a priest looks like?
I say back in common, yes. He's got the thing around the neck, normally gives it away.
I don't see anyone in here who fits that description, do you?
Do I?
Rob perception. With
Cheeky, eh?
advantage, because you know who you're looking for.
18.
18. As you scan the faces and the people in the church, you do indeed spot Father Petrovich in the far right-hand corner. He was kneeling down. Kind of hard to see him, but you spot the flash of his robes and his and then he sort of stands at that point. And
I point over the dude and I go, and the other giveaway is he's the only one in robes.
Oh, I see your point. Good spotting. I shall wipe my
Over there.
eyes better. And Carlos walks up to him and he says, "Excuse me, Father, Priest, Mr. Priest Man."
good morning. Yes, Father Petrovich or Lucian, whichever you prefer. I'm not too formal about such things.
Lucian, is it?
Yes, Lucian.
I am Carlos, and this is my friend
I
Fibblestone.
believe we have sort of met previously. How are you getting on with your investigations?
Yes, wonderfully, absolutely wonderfully. Anyway, talking to some of the locals, and they say that the church is going through troubled times monetarily. Is that true?
I think the whole of Barovia is going through troubled times financially. Barovia is not a rich country.
Okay.
And we're definitely not a rich town, that is for certain.
Listen,
We do
Father,
what we can.
Is there somewhere private that me and Mr. Stibb can just talk to you out of the way of the people here?
Oh, sure, please, follow me. And he leads you off to the opposite side of the church. It's not, there's a small door, and you walk in, just a small office. There's a small desk, a couple of shelves, and a single cot, just a simple wooden cot, basic mattress, very, very basic living quarters, a little pot-belly stove. This is obviously his chamber, but again, very, very simple.
Carlos pulls out one of his money pouches and he says, "Right, I don't normally do this, but you are people who help other people, and people who help other people who need help get help from me." And he takes out 10 gold coins and he hands it to Father Lucius.
Lucian, he looks at you and goes, "Very, very generous of you. Thank you. I accept your donation. This will be put to great use here for the children and the wayward that come to us from time to time. And St. Andral's blessing upon all of you and your friends. I wish you well in your investigations and in your journeys for the time you are here with us."
Listen, I really don't mind what you do with the money as long as it goes to the greater good to help feeding these families
it
and
would
these
definitely
people.
go for food for these fine people that come to the church.
But I would like you to do one favour for me.
Of course, anything.
Whenever anyone asks about myself or Mr. Fibblestib here or any one of the other of our group, I would like only the kindest of words be said, that we are helpful and kind and are willing to give anyone a hand.
You have done nothing but good things for me here. I mean, you have agreed to help or aid in the investigation that you are currently undertaking without so much as too much of a word of payment, but now you are generous. Now you are generous enough to hand over your hard-earned gold to help feed these poor people. You are a true hero, all of you. I will be singing your praises for days to come.
That means a lot to me. Mr. Stibb, do you have anything you'd like to ask Lucian?
Yes. How do we know these bones are the bones if we find the bones?
I see what you mean. The bonds of St. Andral, they are not all of his bones. You must see they are his thigh bones and his skull, and they are carved with holy symbols. The skull itself has the marking of St. Andral on the top. It's been carved into the top of it. and he shows you the symbol of Andral, which is just it's like a rune, almost like a carved Y with a backwards flick on the tail instead of a forwards one. So it's very significant. You'd definitely notice it if you saw it again. And he said the bones have been carved in similar runes as well.
So this rune is on the skull and both thighs?
Yeah, there's a few different runes on the thigh bones, but they are blessed.
This rune,
this one in particular, you will definitely find it on all three pieces.
Okay.
It is, as I say, he was a holy man, and the bones were blessed and buried here, and they are said to protect Vallaki, and we've not had any trouble at all with them being here. So if they are not in the city anymore or not beneath the church, then the church is in danger of attack from all manner of beings.
All right then.
The church has always been a safe place for people to come.
I appreciate you being so forward, kind sir. Lastly, we have a friend who is afraid to step foot on church ground. Is it such a thing that people from one religion would kill another person from another religion if they had to step in the wrong grounds?
It is possible. I believe that some religious factions are more violent than others. It is entirely possible. I mean, I'm not sure of your friend's religion and what their beliefs are, but if they believe that setting foot on the grounds of another deity's building or congregation is taboo, so to speak, then that is their belief and is their right to do so.
Do you know of any religions that have like wolves as a logo or something they pray to as wolves? Have you heard of anything like that?
Not to my knowledge. Wolves are a thing of disdain here. I mean, these lands are rife with wolves and werewolves as well. So we hunt the wolf and we hunt the werewolf. They're kind of despised here.
Okay. I think I have some information that I need. I appreciate the info. The money was not for info. The money was for you to do with what you wish. Thank you. If there's nothing more, Mr. Stubb?
No, I'm good.
Right, well,
Now,
thank
how
you
to
both.
identify bones. So,
Yes, we will find these bones for you.
I appreciate it. The quicker the better. I mean, the longer they're away from the resting place, the more danger we are in, I fear.
All right. Thank you, kind sir. And Carlos begins to walk away.
And he leads you back out through the main church, and heads, as you head towards the door, he heads back to the few people. Like you can see, there's a couple of small families and a whole bunch of children, and the children look like they're kind of destitute. They look like they're in rags and probably orphans of the town. And he walks over, and you hear him quite clearly say, we have been offered a great generosity. We shall eat like kings tonight. And all the kids cheer. It's the first time you've ever heard anyone in this town actually seem happy for a time.
While Carlos and them are inside the church, Emily is going to basically stand at the gate and sort of put her foot like inside the gate, try not to let the others notice.
Okay. Roll stealth check. Roll stealth to see if you can hide what you're doing.
No, 5.
With everyone's passives being a lot higher than 5, they probably do notice what you're up to, but carry on.
You just sort of stepping through the gate, but not sort of...
Like putting a foot over and touching the ground?
Yeah.
Right,
sort of,
as inconspicuously as possible, but standing out like a sore thumb?
Yeah, pretty much. I would have said that she'd probably been doing the same thing while they're over talking to the other person too.
Okay. And nothing happens. You step over, hold it there for a second or two, and yeah, nothing untoward happens. But the rest of you, so Adok, Skathis, and Zadriel, you would probably notice these odd movements of Emilia.
Just gonna yell out. You're more than welcome to join us. Just, you can do it. Another foot. Go on.
I thought everyone was together outside the gate. But sweet is. That's even better.
There is no gate at the front of the church, by the way.
Okay.
It's just it's literally walk up to steps, then up to a door. So I mean, setting foot on the steps would have the same sort of effect I think you're looking for. So
Yeah, sweet is.
I'll tell you what. I'll do you one better. I'll build my cannon. You can ride on my cannon. What about that? Technically, you're not touching the ground.
I don't think taking a cannon into a church would be a very welcome sight.
We could play The Ground is Lava. You could hop on the gravestones to get here.
Also, don't think that would be very... I was just sort of testing to see if my god would strike me down.
I mean,
Looks like he is good with it.
Skaters could give you a piggyback or Carnos, either one.
There you go. Carnos could give you piggyback.
Assuming we've come out.
yes,
now, or
by
is it
this
always
by
still
this
camp?
point, yeah, by this point you would have.
We came out on pig.
Yeah, probably come out on Carnos would give you a piggyback.
What now?
Emilia needs a ride.
They got piggybacks.
That's not my sort of thing. I mean, she's lovely and all, but she's probably like half my age.
I'm gonna nudge Karnos in the knee and go, "Come on, you wouldn't tap that?"
I mean, he sort of leans over quietly. He's like, "Oh, I'd love to, but that's just not my thing." But you know.
Yeah, I get it. Too young for you.
And you freeze.
Oh, and he freezes.
Isn't that what men like, younger women or something?
And he's back.
I mean, young woman. And he sort of gets a bit self-aware of what's going on in front of Amelia. He's like, "I apologise, Miss Amelia. You're a lovely lady, but let us carry on with our mission." And
Not your type?
yeah,
don't
sure,
like-
not my.
You don't like the Rangers.
Oh no, red is
my God,
absolutely
Hubert.
beautiful. No,
Emily-
it's just,
Emily was going to give him an obviously hurt look that everyone will see, and she's going to turn her back and walk away.
Oh, look what you did, Carnos.
I feel like I was defending myself, and I really don't know what to say.
You know, Karnos, you're too easy. I don't know why I bother sometimes.
If I was are you trying to wind me up? Is that what you're doing?
I'm trying to hook you up. He is trying to wind you up. So, yes.
I don't need. I mean, hooking up is
Don't
not
you want-
really.
Don't you want some baby Karnoses running around saving people?
Have you met me? I don't really want any more of me running around.
Actually, good point. Maybe we should just de-sex you now.
And Gnomish Karnos says to Fiddleston, Jesus, no, what's your god? Whatever your god is here. Jesus, man.
Actually, I haven't
St.
got one.
Andral is the god here, but
Oh,
you
yeah,
can
there we
say
go.
whatever god you want.
By St. Andrew, man. Just keep it down. And he starts to walk with the group. He actually starts to try to catch up to Amelia.
Okay, so you guys eventually you all start heading towards the coffin maker. It's marked on your map, so you know roughly where to go. It's on the opposite side of town, so it's going to take you a little while to get there. It will take you down the main thoroughfare of Vallaki proper. So as you pass through Vallaki, the streets by this time are now a little bit busier. You see people starting to prepare for the coming festival. You see little wicker suns that have been weaved and crafted, being hung on some buildings and businesses. There is in the town square is the the starting of a construction of a large wicker sun that you've overheard as you walk through, that's to be set ablaze on the day of the Festival of the Blazing Sun. As a commemoration for this festival, they're going to set alight a wicker effigy of the sun to symbolise the burning bright of the sun, and that you've never seen because it's perpetually cloudy in this country. After about an hour or so, I need everyone to make another perception check as you're walking through the town, heading towards town square. Unfortunately, none of your passives are high enough to notice anything really that happens.
I don't notice anything then.
Well, what did you
I
get?
rolled a 12.
A 12, yeah, no, you don't notice anything. Adok,
I got better than a 1. I got a 16.
nice, 16. Fibblestib,
Same as Haddock.
16. Karnos,
Carlos is thinking busily what he wants to say to Amelia to try and square things up with a 4.
and Emilia,
Oh, I just have to also get a 16.
16. Sadriel.
21.
So all those over a 14 will notice that you are still being shadowed by Lady Vakta's messenger. It's not in a suspicious way, like he's not trying to stay out of sight this time, but he's still hanging back and just watching, and sort of he's shadowing you, but it doesn't seem like it's aggressive.
Just a quick look around. Is there like an alleyway or like a barrels or something that I might be able to quickly duck behind?
There's a few, like you're walking down the main thoroughfare, so there are some little side streets and a couple of small alleys between buildings as you're heading towards the coffin maker. So are you wishing to dart into an alleyway and try and double back?
Yes, that's my plan.
Roll a stealth check for me. Actually, first roll a dex check, just to see if you can dart off without him noticing.
Okay, so I got a 17 for the dex check.
So as far as you're aware, you've managed to dart down the alley. The rest of you see Adok just shoot down a small alleyway. Whether you do anything or you leave him to whatever he's up to, I'll give you an opportunity to say something before you do, Adok, if you wish.
I'm just gonna say, just keep walking, and then just dart off.
I'd say Fibblestib and Zadriel would definitely, and Emilia would definitely know exactly what you're up to, considering you would have all noticed what's happening. Karnos and Skathis, however, probably wouldn't be quite so aware unless someone says something to them.
Yeah, I don't think Carlos would be aware of
Our
it.
little friend is back.
So you keep walking, you guys tell, Fibblestib says that your shadow is back, and which I say by this time now Skathis and Karnos would understand what he was referring to, I would imagine. Roll stealth check for me, Adok, please.
Got 22.
22. As far as you know, you are stealthy. What are you up to?
I'm just going to double back around. So there's an alleyway that leads round. I'm going to wait to see if I can see him walk past. And then I'm just going to shadow him shadowing us.
So you do indeed. You double back around the building and you come back. You go back far enough to think you might be behind him. You pop out to see what you can see. Roll a perception check for me, please. You know, with advantage. With advantage because you know exactly what you're looking for. That doesn't look good.
Oh, the first one was 7. The second one was 14. So
14's not bad. You spy him. You see the hooded individual. He's wearing exactly the same as what he was wearing the other previous day. He's just casually strolling behind them, probably 50 or 60 feet behind. When they stop to look at, like maybe they might look at a shop window or stop to observe something's happening, he'll stop and sort of look like he's doing something else. But he's just casually keeping tabs on them. And you, as they move forward, you now follow probably 20 or so feet behind him. And he does not appear to have seen you.
Great. So what I would like to do is I'd like to wait if there's any sort of conjunction points between two walls or two barrels, and I'm going to pull out a little tiny bit of spider's web from my components pouch.
Yeah. There's plenty of little. I mean, you're, as far as you know, you're pretty well hidden from him. He hasn't seen you. Other people don't seem to be taking much notice of you either. I think you're small enough and fast enough to dodge between crates and barrels and buildings to keep yourself concealed at this point.
Right. What I'd like to do is I'd like to cast web by blowing into the string between 2 points and just try and trap him in the web.
You're going to string webbing between two buildings in his path?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or just right at his feet so he stands on it without noticing.
I'd say it's probably the better option.
Yeah.
Because I was going to make a couple of rolls so if you're going to go between two buildings, because there are other people milling around the streets.
Yeah. Sure.
So at his feet, okay, he doesn't notice as you manage to cast the web right in front of him. Normally, is there a save for that?
Yeah, he has to make a dex save. So he has to succeed a dex save of 14.
He rolled a natural 18 on the dice, so unfortunately, I think his dex only +1 anyway, but that'll give him a 19. So he stands in it, and it sort of sticks, and he sort of looks down and scrapes his boot on the ground as if he might have stood in some form of muck or horse manure or something, and it doesn't slow him down, however. He's still tailing your friends. He still hasn't seen you, but he is continuing to follow your friends. So for the time being, we'll switch back to you guys, the rest of the group. You are still making your way towards the coffin maker. You're about 2/3 of the way there. Zadriel, Zadriel and Emilia and Fibblesib, you still notice that you are being followed somewhat. With your rolls, however, you do not notice Adok following the follower. But he's probably, if you did know, he's roughly about 80 feet behind you guys, but you haven't seen him at this point. So you get the impression that either A, he's really, really good at what he does, or he's gotten lost. You're not entirely sure which.
I'll go with gotten lost.
Found a little child and he's currently eating them.
Perhaps we should just go and approach him. No?
Agreed.
We know what he was up to, right? You guys said you knew what he was doing.
Well, he was meant to be following the follower.
So I'm going to stop, turn around, and start walking back the other way.
We don't want to blow his cover.
Towards the follower.
Yeah.
Towards the Ernest Langth was his name. I think he gave his name. His name was Ernest. So he'd start heading back towards him.
Yep.
The moment he sees you coming, he looks sort of shocked and looks sort of left and right, and then takes off immediately left down between two buildings.
Misty Step!
That's
He's about 50 feet away from you. You've only got 30 feet with Misty Step, but you can still do it if you wish.
Misty Step, start running.
And he starts running. Do you give chase?
Yeah.
So, how far away is he from me?
From you guys, you started hitting for us probably about 40 feet from you. And now 20 feet from Zadriel, who Misty Steps, who actually, with your Misty Step, you gain the attention of the town guard, who start heading in your direction. And now with the rest of you now turning to give chase, Adok, you would now see that your quarry has taken a swift left turn and headed down between two buildings, as you see Skathis running towards your position, and then you see Zadriel disappear, reappear 30 feet ahead and start running in the direction of your foe.
Yeah, I would hightail it as quick as I can and go after him.
Okay, so I need everyone to roll a dex check for me to see who is the quicker here. So, Fibblesib, are you giving chase?
No, I'm not a chaser.
So Fibblesib just stands and watches you guys take off. Emilia, are you giving chase?
No.
You remain with Fibblesib as you watch your friends take off after this guy, who's disappeared down between two buildings and clearly knows this town a lot better than you guys. Adok, your dex check, please.
16.
16. Skathis.
17.
Kanos.
Karnos started to chase and then decided it wasn't his thing.
As he started, as he give chase with his little bit of a limp, he would have been a little slower than the rest anyway.
Yeah, he saw the others boost and went, oh, I don't think so.
So you remain with Emilia and
With the group,
Fibblesib.
Yep.
Zadriel, your dexterity check, please.
15.
15. So you've all given a reasonable chase. As you round the corner down between the two buildings where this individual you saw him dart into, you look left and right and he is nowhere to be seen. He seems to have given you the slip.
Can I quickly cast Detect Magic?
Certainly can. As you start, is it instant cast? It's an action, I believe.
Yes, one action.
As you cast it and get your cast away, the only thing that lights up is any magical items that your friends are wearing currently as you join them in this alleyway. And at the same point, 2 town guards run up from opposite direction, heading towards you and sort of, hey, what are you up to? Who are you? What's going on?
Who says we are up to anything?
Casting magic in the town and chasing. Looked like you were chasing somebody. What is going on?
We have been being followed all day, and I want to know what they want.
Followed by who? I do not see anyone. You better not. And he says, you better be telling the truth. You are strangers here, and there's strange things, and you do strange things, and you do weird stuff all the time. I mean, you are the people that brought the children back, but we are watching you. All of you.
It's not a crime to be strange, is it?
The Baron does not like strange. I mean, he is strange himself. I did not say that.
See? There you go.
I don't mean to be rude.
Then
If
don't.
you're watching us, can you watch us maybe a little bit better? Because there was someone following us.
That's true. If you were watching us, did you see us, the man that was following us?
I was watching you, not other people. We watch everybody. We don't have eyes everywhere. But when you do such strange things like casting a magic, disappearing and reappearing in town, it scares people.
Right. Well, the next time you are watching us, maybe watch a couple feet back to see who is following us, huh?
Maybe you'll not cast magic in front of lots of people. It's
If
scary.
I'm not followed, I won't cast magic.
Fair enough. But just be aware, not everyone here knows magic, and you may scare some people, and they may react badly. Just please.
Before you go,
What?
you wouldn't happen to know if there's any sort of evil cult like people, thieves around here that we should watch out for?
Vistani? I mean, not a cult, but they are gypsies, and all gypsies are thieves, of course. I mean, they peddle their tonics and goods, and they try and extort people for money. I mean, we try not to allow them in the town, but the Baron says that we must let them in to trade. I mean, they do bring some gold into the town, but we prefer to not deal with them at all. I mean, we don't prefer not to deal with strangers either, but you guys, you bring good gold into the town. But just remember, you are not from here.
No, I get that. I'm just trying to piece together why maybe someone might want to follow a bunch of strangers. Like, is that a normal occurrence sort of thing?
Well, it depends on why they're following you. I mean, they might be working for someone else. They might be trying to rob you. I mean, if you are noticing them, then they're not very good at what they're doing, I assume. I mean,
They're good at running.
well, I mean, I can't see anybody, so it must be. But as I say, just be careful with the magic in town. It makes people nervous.
Okay.
Right. Good day. And he turns, and his companion didn't say a word, just blank stare the whole time, looking at all of you. And they turn spear and shield and go back to their patrol.
That doesn't make people nervous. They don't feel anything at all here. I don't think.
Make a perception check to see if anyone's even really looking at you guys.
Oh, 20, 30.
30-20. The townsfolk haven't really batted an eyelid at you. The only people that you think you've made nervous are the town guard.
Scathers, Zadriel. Now, I don't know if Fibblestib told you what I was doing, but the whole point of me darting off, doubling back round, was to get the jump on him, sort of thing. Why did you guys run back and sort of give away what I was doing? Kind of maybe ruined it a little bit. I mean, I appreciate it if you thought I was in trouble.
Oh,
but I wasn't.
Skater said you got lost, probably, so.
Scathers, did I look lost?
I just turn around and walk back to the group.
But next time, yes, we will just keep walking, I guess.
I'll try and keep an eye out for him next time. Send him on, get a good look at him.
Wasn't it the same man who gave me the message?
Yes, you do. Yeah,
So-
He wasn't really trying to hide his face or anything like that. He had his hood up, but you recognise him. He's wearing the same stuff. It was the same guy, and you know him as Lady Vukta's messenger.
You know what we should do? Maybe we should go see this lady. Maybe that's a good idea. Let's ask the other people.
After the cemetery.
No, coffin maker. You've been to the cemetery.
Coffin maker.
We must see the starts with an H. Herbert Herman. So the coffin maker man.
Henrik. Jeez, you guys
Henrik.
are bad at taking notes. Names are not
Let's
your
go.
thing, guys. Henrik van der Voort is his name.
Who lives on Drury Lane.
Pretty much.
Yeah, then I'll just walk with everyone and join the rest of the other people.
So, you resume your walk towards the coffin maker's shop, and after another 45 minutes or so, you find yourselves in front of a rather uninviting shop, a two-storied building. The sign is shaped like a coffin above the front door, and all of the window shutters are closed, and a deathly silence surrounds the establishment.
Knocking. Knock, knock, knock.
You knock on the front door, and the one thing you do notice is the lattice work of iron fittings across each window as well. The shutters are on the inside, not the outside. You hear from the inside, "Go away, we're closed."
Well, you might want to be open because we have some business you really want to be a part of.
Go away! Leave me alone!
Do we come back tomorrow, maybe?
Or you might sell the bones to someone else by then.
I'm going to have a look around the rest of the building.
You're going to move around the building?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Skaters.
Hello, what are your opening hours up there?
Go away!
He's not very talkative, Zedge.
When-
What time of day is it?
What
Just
time of
after
day
lunch.
is
Just
go
after
away?
lunch. It's like a... You get the impression he probably should be open. It's just after lunchtime. About 1 o'clock.
Like what time? What time is go away time?
Is that what you say?
Yeah.
To him or to...
No, to the group.
Oh, to the group. Oh.
So, what time is go away time?
I've got a dead body out here.
Maybe 2 shortly.
And no response.
The go-away time would normally be something like sundown.
Oh, so
By
he opens
God.
at sundown. Pretty time to open up.
This is weird.
So, Skathis, as you
Want me
start...
to use Elisa on the door?
What's that, sorry?
You want me to use Elisa on the door?
Lisa, I thought your gun was called something else.
No, that's Charlotte. Elisa is this, and I pull out the thieving tools.
Names of it.
It's a bit out in the open, right?
Their back door.
And as Skathis circumvents the exterior of the building, you do find, eventually come to about, all the windows are barred with iron latticed bars, and the shutters are all closed up tight. But you do come to a small single door at the back of at the rear of the building, which is a little more discreet from the main street, and it is indeed locked up tight.
So is it time for Elisa to come out and play?
I walk back to the group and hearing Fibblestib with his that thing.
Elisa,
Yeah, that back door.
So go around to the back door.
I will distract. I have 10 gold. How about 10 gold?
go away! Leave me alone!
See, there's a funny story about the dead body up here. When I was 3, and I just start telling this really long story to Mother.
Channeling your inner Carnos. I don't need you to roll for this. Fibblestib, roll your sleight of hand for your thieves' tools, please.
21.
Holy crap! The door gives up its secret easily as the horse draws drop when she gets paid. The lock gives you that very audible clicking sound as the very simple lock opens, and the door creaks open about an inch. Not loudly, but it is now unlocked.
See, Elisa works every time. Put it away.
And then I went to school. And then...
Okay,
Carlos is around listening to Zadriel's story like he's taking it in as if it's a legit thing.
now I'm not the best sneaky sneak, so who's gonna go sneaky sneak? Skaters.
I'll give it a shot.
So all those that wish to enter the coffin maker's shop through the now open rear door, stealth checks, please.
It's settled on 14. I swear it's settled on 14. 7.
7?
7.
I got a 22.
22.
And I got a 14 as I'm like sticking myself around the corner.
So, what you find yourselves in is this area here. The door you've entered is this door here, which is the rear door. It leads you into a large open room, which looks like it's just coffins, all loaded. They look like they're all relative. They're not used. They're all new. It looks like it's probably some form of storage room. Across from you, there is three doors. All the windows here, they're all barred, so it's quite dingy and darkish. Not pitch black. There's light coming through cracks and that, and around the edges of the windows, but it's very dim. So arranged haphazardly across the floor of this musty L-shaped room are 13 wooden coffins. At this stage, it does not appear that the coffin maker has heard your entry. You get the front of the shop is somewhere through one of those 3 doors.
So whereabouts is the front of the shop in this picture? Because obviously I think Zadriel is in Amelia and
Yeah. So
Carlos outside.
at the front of the shop, it'd be like I say where those 3 doors are. Down below that is another couple of rooms. So we'll just bring you right up. So the front of the building is down here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take the door on the left-hand side, the one facing towards, I don't know, one with the tables.
Yeah, well, you don't know what's in there, but
Yeah,
you're going to
I
go for that door, so that's fine. So you're going to just try and stealthily with your 7
Yes.
move towards.
Absolutely.
So who's in the room? So it was Skathis, Adok, and Fibblesib. Emilia, Karnos, and Zadriel remaining at the front, I'm assuming.
I'm staying. Actually, I'd probably go in and then sit in the corner.
Okay.
Carlos would mention to Emilia and Zadriel, say, I think I might go and guard the alley by the door there, because this is a bit odd. And so Carlos will go to the
So you're
door
going
that
to
they
go to the
just
door?
both broke
Okay,
into.
so you're going
Yeah,
to be there. So with that...
about 10 feet away from it.
No problem. So with that, Zadriel, you're still regaling your story out the front. You've had, the whole time you've been talking, you've had 0 response from Heinrich. At one point you do hear a door open and close. And footsteps, which sounds like they may be in another room. It seems further away than the front door. Skathis, you sort of traverse this room and open this door, which leads into this front area here, which looks like to be a workshop. As you open the door's not locked. There's a large workshop area. There's a table with some parchment letters on it and a whole bunch of tools and woodworking tools, saws, hammers, set squares, all that type of stuff. You can see where the front door is, which is right down the front. The one with the dot on it there is the front door. But that is all you can see at this point from where you've just entered this room. Adok, are you with Skathis?
Yes,
Okay, so you'll see all that as well.
Yeah. And I would start to head towards the front door as well, keeping an eye out.
You both roll a perception check for me, please.
Adolf?
Scathus.
Adolf first.
Scathus first.
Oh, fine. 7.
7. Adoc.
8.
You both sort of, you don't really hear anything at this point. You get up to the front door. It's bolted and padlocked from the inside. There is another door to your immediate left as you're looking at the front door.
I'm just going to signal to Scathus to try and get the door. So I'm going to be like, and then I'm going to point to me, and I'm going to be like, ear to the other door.
I make a hand gesture.
I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to point again and go, door, you door, me, other door.
Yeah, fine.
So, which door are you going for, Adoc? So I'm clear.
I'm gonna, so not the front door. I'm gonna go to the door and listen at that.
Okay, listen at that door. So roll a perception check as you listen for any kind of sounds coming from the opposite room.
I got a 16.
16. You do hear from this room shuffling footsteps, very quiet, and then a closing of a door. Somewhat it's not as big. It's not like big and heavy like a door, but a smaller type door.
Does it sound like it's further away, or
It
closer?
sounds like it's in that room. It's kind of hard to place exactly the distance,
Yeah.
but it's definitely in that room.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and signal to Carter and be like,
I stand there scratching my head.
I'm just gonna whisper, open the front door. There's people in there. Be quiet.
I can't open the front door.
As he points to the giant padlock on the door.
All right, swap places. Swap places.
And that is how 37 trolls got decapitated. But then I turned 8, and
As Zadriel still is regaling this long-winded story out in front.
I'm gonna pull out my thieves' tools and go to the padlock.
Okay, so you will probably need to get a chair. You are not quite tall enough to reach this padlock, unfortunately. But there is a chair available in the room.
This is going to be fun.
You will need to make... This is a human-sized chair. So I need you to make a strength check to see if you can move it from its position to the door.
Could I turn to Scatus and go, give me a
You
lift?
certainly could.
I'm gonna do that. Like,
Okay, with what he's just shown me there, I walk up to Adok, pick him up.
if it works, if I can reach down.
Yeah, you can reach. He has picked you up and is holding you up towards the door.
Now I'm gonna try and pick the lock.
Roll sleight of hand.
I got a 24.
Damn artificers, man. Almost as bad as rogues. With a 24, the lock falls open almost without a sound. Very deftly. Immense skill is used to open this. It's a fairly good padlock too. One that you've never seen before. Very well constructed. But it seemed to give up its secret almost immediately.
And then I would open the door quietly.
Right.
And
As you
signal to come in.
open the door, Zadriel and Emily are standing at the front, and Zadriel is still going on.
And that's why we need the body to be brought in.
And
Oh,
as
yeah.
at that moment you notice the front door open, and Scathus and Adok, or Scathus, who is holding Adok out in front of him, are standing in the doorway.
whatever works. That's good. Good job. Okay. All right, I guess I'll be going. Thank you for nothing.
Zadriel and
Stomp,
Emilia,
stomp,
if you're going to enter the home or into the business, stealth checks if you're wishing to be quiet. Emilia, are you entering or are you staying outside?
I think I should probably stay outside with 2 nat ones because I have to roll a disadvantage.
Did you roll 2 nat ones?
Yes.
As Zadriel walks towards the door, she slams into the door frame with her armor, making a huge noise, clattering plate armor against the shield.
With that, I drop our dock and get ready for a fight.
You
Shut
hear
the door again. Shut the door again. I'll go outside.
you hear a very verbal from the other room, and the clattering of sort of wood on wood, but you don't hear any footsteps.
Was the stealth roll with disadvantage?
For you, for her it is, not for you. She's wearing plate.
Okay.
She's wearing plate armor, so
19 for me.
19. So yeah, well, you're quite enough. You managed to slip in the door without any noise at all. But yeah, poor old Zadriel misjudged the door frame and just slams into it with her shield and armor, making a hoor of a noise.
Too much of that wine she makes or something.
Karnos, you would have even heard that from the rear. So would you with Fibble.
Yep. Carlos would also do the same thing. He would, hearing the big noise, he would head into the building, trying to keep himself quiet.
So
also wearing heavy armor.
Stealth check from you with disadvantage also, if you're wishing to try and remain quiet.
10.
You feel better than Zadriel, but not much. little clunky as you walk in the room, and sort of heavy armor on wooden floors is a little louder than soft leather boots. So
Fibble, where were you? Would I see you coming into the room?
yeah, he was right in the door, sort of in the corner in the doorway.
Yeah, I was in the corner of the thing.
So I'd sort of clomp clomp as I come in. I'm like, okay, all right. What are we doing?
You would have heard the racket at the front door as well, Fibble.
Looking for bones, aren't we?
Yeah, but I mean about the noise, because that noise is usually about the time where someone comes running with weapons, right? Maybe we pull this door shut behind us, and Carlos pulls the back door closed.
Okay, so you close the back door?
Yep. Has it got a slide bolt or anything on it?
No, it had a key lock on it, which Fibblestib has unlocked.
Oh yeah, cool. Can you relock the door, Mr. Stib?
Yes, I can.
That would be good, because now if someone tries to get out, we're going to have to go the hard way and find a key, right?
Ah. Okay, wait a minute. This should be- Yeah, I could do that.
With the
Excellent.
roll you made before, I'm not going to make you re-roll it. I mean, you know how the lock works. You were able to unlock it easily enough, so relocking it would not be a problem. So you relock the door with Elisa, or Elisa, whatever the hell your lockpick's name is.
Lisa.
Elisa, right, there we go. But Elisa comes in handy again as you relock the rear door, and you guys make your way towards where the noise came from.
Carlos is sort of looking to Mr. Fibblestib to see what he wants to do. What's the plan?
Locking door.
Yeah, I mean, after locking door, we heard a noise. Shall we go into the next room? Where did they go? Do we even know where they went?
Fibblestib does. You can see the open door. They left the door open into the workshop, so
Yeah.
you can see where they went.
That way. Yeah.
Or do we take another door and hope to get behind
Get behind what?
whoever's in here? We're trying to catch a bad guy who stole some bones or something, right? Well, not stole. We're given in underhanded ways.
Maybe.
Right. Okay, I'll make a decision. Come with me, and Karnos will go to the rightmost door. So, not the out of the 3 doors. There's a centre one. The one they went through, the rightmost door.
That one there. So as you stroll through this room and push open the... How do you go through the door? Quietly?
No, I think
Normally-
I'll push the ear up against the door and just listen.
Roll perception.
12.
12. You hear a little bit of movement in the room. It's kind of hard to tell exactly where it's coming from, but it definitely sounds like it's in this room.
So I lean to Falstaff and I say, "Oh, Mr. Stubb, there's someone in there.
Right.
Shall I kick it in?"
We will switch over now momentarily to the rest of you in the front of the building. As you've entered the front door, door's still wide open, open to the street. Adok, you've heard movement in that same room, the room on the opposite side of the other door. What are you guys up to?
I just got dropped by Skathis, right?
You did.
I'm gonna try and dart somewhere and hide.
You're not going to take any damage from the fall because it was only a few feet, so a couple of feet, so no problem. So you're going to try and dart somewhere and hide. These workbenches do have underneath, so they're not like solid benches. So you can dart under one of the workbenches if you want. Roll stealth again to see how well you hide yourself.
11.
11? Yeah, well, as far as you know, you're hidden. You dart under a table, ready for the worst. And Zadriel, Skathis, and Emilia are now in this front room. Zadriel's just stumbled through the door, clattering loudly.
Which way have you not gone yet?
So, I'm going to open the door.
He's going to push through the door that Adok was at.
Yep.
And about the same time, I assume Karnos would be opening the opposite door, so you both push into the same room.
Well, Carlos asked Fibble if he
Okay,
thought we
we'll
should
switch
go in.
back over to you first before we do anything more.
Fibble, Mr. Stubb, should we enter the room, or what do you think?
Wow. Yes.
You get out your big, blammy, gunny thing. I'll kick the door and you cover me, right? Like a sheriff and a guard. Carlos just full boots the door open.
Shrink check, please. It's not locked, but I still want to see how spectacular this is.
I mean, use my favourite dice for this.
I'm,
that's right.
I'm hearing low rolls.
He threw it on the floor. It was a floor
Threw
die.
it on the floor, and it was cocked on the carpet. So re-roll. 7 plus strength. It's got to be okay. Oh, that's actually not too bad. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13. The door wasn't locked or anything like that, so it's not a well-made door. You take a step back, take a step front, kick that door as hard as you can. It twinges a little bit as you do, but you manage to kick it open. It doesn't splinter it, but it swings open and slams against the wall and slowly sort of swings back with inertia. Right at that time, Skaters, you push through the other door, and you hear the other door just slam open and give you a bit of a start because you can't see it as you first walk into this room because you are confronted by a little alcove there. What is your reaction, Skathis, as you hear this noise?
Run towards the table to see if what was heard was running out.
So you get round the corner as quick as possible. You turn and you see Karnos striding into the room as he's kicked this door open, and Fibblesib is not much behind him.
And
You greet each other in the room.
And look around the room.
There are 2 cabinets with, it looks like the floor-to-ceiling cabinets with wooden doors on the front. One of them appears to be shaking slightly. You can hear the doors going.
Walk up to that one.
What do you do?
Open that.
As you open, you get a little bit of resistance as you try and open the door, but eventually the doors give, and inside is the man that possibly owns this place. He's an elderly gentleman, or an older gentleman. No, I shouldn't say elder. Well, he's not elderly per se, but I'll show you a picture of him at just one moment. This is who you are currently looking at. his sweaty brow, his dirty grey hair, his grey moustache and beard. He is very scared. He offers no resistance. He sort of steps out and says, "Well, I told you go away. Why are you bothering me? What do you want?"
I step back and let Carmos start talking.
So maybe Zadriel, this is where you come in, isn't it?
I'm assuming Zadriel would have followed Skathis in, possibly. You would
St.
hear the
Andrews.
conversation.
We want St. Andrew's bones. You have them. Give them over.
And he sighs heavily and he says, "Yes, upstairs in the bedroom."
Why did you take them?
And he sits down at the table, which is in this room. I was asked to, I didn't take them. I got, what's his name? The boy from the graveyard. He's the one that took them and brought them here. I was told to bring them here and store them here for him.
Wait a
Upstairs.
minute. You were told by him to
Not the
keep
boy,
them
not the
safe?
boy, no. What's his, I can't, the nobleman, he come to me and said that he would make good business for me if I stored the bones here. He was going to come and get them or so, I don't know. I despise keeping secrets. Just take them, get them out of here.
When is he supposed to come for these bones?
I don't know, he never told me anything. I'm just an old man.
Zadriel, well, that spell that makes people tell the truth, that would be a good right about now, I think.
I cast Zone of Truth on him in that 15
He doesn't resist.
foot sphere.
Yeah.
So you are telling the truth about these bones?
Yes, they're upstairs and I say in the I forget. I'm old.
What did this
Upstairs
man
in the
look like?
bedroom, in the wardrobe, in my room. The man, tall, dark hair, handsome. He's noble. All the nobles look like that here. He did not even tell me his name. He offered... business is not good for anyone here. So he offered me a little bit of gold and told me that he would help my business if I stored the bones here. And I convinced the boy, after he told me about them, to steal them and bring them to me.
Did he look like, and I described Vasily?
Yes, kind of like that, I guess. And you can see he's struggling to remember. Like he's definitely, he looks like he's in his 50s or 60s. His memory's not as clear as what it used to be. So he says, it could have been. I'm not 100%. It sounds like him.
What will happen to you if we take these bones and he comes and finds out you don't have them?
I don't. He might get mad and not pay me. I don't know. He seemed like a decent fellow. I don't want the hassle. I'm too old for this.
Ibo, go get the bones.
Take someone with you, Mr. Stibb. Do you want me to go with you? I'll go with you.
Yes. Need someone to carry them. So come on, let's go.
I'll also say there might be, you never know who else is up there or what's going on. I'll just be your backup.
Do you live here alone?
Yes. My wife passed several years ago. I've been here on my own ever since.
Do you think that the boy that gave you these bones, do you feel that he is usually a nice man?
He is a good boy. I say it was easily swayed for gold. Like we all are here. I mean, times are hard. You can see. I mean, you've been in town. You can see the people we're struggling. and he sort of just you can see he's breathing heavily and sighing a lot. He's exhausted. Probably
And you do
mentally
not
and
worry
physically.
about being cursed by spiritual bonds or anything?
I don't believe in such things. I'm not a spiritual man or religious man. I bury the dead. I build coffins for a living. I bury the dead. It's just business is not good when the dead don't stay dead.
Oh, well, you deal with the dead all the time. Are there any superstitions about bones and graves that you know of?
All I know is that when you die here, you don't die. Normally, a lot of them return, walk the nights, and sad place. Sad place.
What do you know about this festival in town?
The Baron and his stupid festivals. Happens all the time, every couple of weeks. I grow tiresome of this. This one is a blazing sun or some such. The last one was about wolves, and God knows what the next one will be like.
All right. Well, once they get back, we shall go and leave you be.
And he just sits here heavy breathing. So who's heading upstairs to the bedroom? Fibblestirb and the Carnos.
Carnos, yep.
So as you
and the trash
and the Scathus, no, so as you go through, he tells you how to get upstairs. You go back out the door that Carnos kicked in, and through the opposite door that was in the coffin storage room, which leads you up a stairwell. You get to the top, and there are two doors at the top, one left, one right. Both are open. With the instructions that he's given you, he didn't really tell you exactly where the room is. He said upstairs. So which way are you going, left or right?
Just 2 rooms and 3 of us, so we just whatever.
Following Carnos.
Carnos will take right.
Carnos goes right. So you both following Carnos? You find yourselves in a small room. It is a kind of like a kitchen area. It's got a square table with surrounded with chairs and shelves for provisions. Like there's no cooking station here, which is kind of odd for a kitchen, but it looks like there's a bit of preserves and plates and knives and forks and such. Again, very basic. Opposite that is another door which leads to looks like it leads back towards over the top of the coffin storage room, which if you go that way, continue that way, it leads you into Heinrich's bedroom. Modest bed chamber holds a cot and several well-made pieces of furniture, including a table, a padded chair and a bookshelf, and a wardrobe. And the wardrobe is where he said the bones would be. So who is looking for the bone?
Yeah, I will.
Perception check, please.
Scathus, do you want to do it with aid?
Probably a good idea.
Advantage then. Because initially as you open the wardrobe, it doesn't seem to be much in here.
So, investigation with it?
Perception.
– 20.
20.
Nice.
Looking inside, sort of checking around the bottom, you find a small compartment. It's got a small hole big enough for your finger to fit in it. Right at the very back, you put your finger in it, you lift it up, and the false bottom of the wardrobe lifts out. Inside contains 2 sacks, a small one smaller than the other. The large sack, as you open it and look inside, containing 2 thigh bones, carved thigh bones, and a skull with a carved rune on its top. The other contains 30 gold pieces and 12 platinum pieces. So it seems that he has been paid well for his services. All of these coins bear a face. A face
Karnos
very
will pick
similar
up the
to the
coins.
one that you found on the wooden statue in Durst Manor.
Ooh. Yeah, Karnos picks up the coins. Well, if no one objects, this is a good payday for us.
And that is where we will call tonight's session, ladies and gentlemen. As we're pretty much bang on time. So, chat. Run away. That is our session for this evening. I would like to thank all of you for joining us. Appreciate the follows and the patronage of our channel. The players, thank you very much for joining us this evening again for another great session. We'll do our usual before we finish up, and we'll go around the players and get some interesting moments. There's been a number of them this evening. Some very funny roleplay from everybody. Well done, team. Quickly, we want to Dez's TV and Subalda for the follow. Appreciate it very, very much. Lady Littany, welcome. Good to see you again. Blue Jay, always a pleasure. Your favourite part was when everyone convincing Addict to chant and him actually chanting. I think that's going to be a highlight for everyone just about tonight. So,
Yeah.
but yes, that was. I managed to get a couple of clips of that too, so that'll show up in the Discord at some point, and possibly on Twitter as well. So keep an eye out for that. The thing is, Cam, it's on the internet. It's there forever.
It's the new meme. It's going to be a Cam meme.
Remember to never show my nipples on stream. That's
You'll probably get banned if you did that too. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, nipples are a no-no. So we will start at the top with Mr. Fibblesteb.
Yeah, big Cams. Zadriel's thing about the whole, well, it's not your god. Oh, fuck it. Let's go there.
Yes, some very cool moments indeed.
Yeah.
Adok.
Yeah, there were a couple. I like Skater's rendition of the Titanic with Adolf. Just like that. I also like Zadriel's regalia of a just made up story at the front. But what I really liked was Karnos talking to the priest and saying that, you know, wanted nothing but positivity to be told about everyone in the group. I really liked that. That was a cool moment, you know, for me.
Awesome, thank you. Skaters.
So, Zadriel and her regalia of whatever adventure that was.
What, 37 trolls being decapitated? Like,
Yeah,
what the
that's
hell,
lots
man?
of
And that was all before she turned 8.
Cam's chanting. That's a definite. Never going to live that one down, mate.
Oh, hell no. That's going to be a golden moment forever.
And Fibblestib and earlier on, something Fibblestib did. I can't quite remember.
The
but
two,
he did
the
do
two
something.
kings convo by any chance? The convo
What?
about the two kings?
Yeah.
Yeah. Emilia.
Okay, got a few things. Well, Adok's honesty at the beginning, basically saying that he was intending to break into the person's room.
Oh, yes,
And
break
the
into
dude-
Octavia's room.
And the dude's just like, sweet, I get it. Thanks for your honesty. That was good. Karnos' wake up. There's Adriel saying, oh, fuck it, and the chant, of course. The fact that my first rolls were a nat 1 and a nat 20.
Yeah, definitely. That was...
And Zadriel's 2 nat 1s
Double nat
Oh,
one.
on the same thing.
Yeah.
Someone saying channeling your inner Karnos.
That was me.
Does
Yeah.
Zadriel when she's...
Yeah. That was me pulling that one on Zadriel because that was a big story.
Yeah. And The other thing with me, basically, being hurt, visibly hurt.
Yes, poor old
At,
being upset at Karnos.
being rejected, smitten, or spited.
You're smoted on your smittenness. Zadriel.
I actually wrote down different ones because I figured the big popular ones would be taken. So
Always are.
I love Adok and Scathus' hand gestures. Like, I love that. I love Emilia dipping her toe into the, like, just to see if she gets smited. And Fibble's names for everything he owns. And for Karnos, I feel like his brace and his story of his brace really taken off with Fibble making this Adam pose of this techno thing, and like he just gave you a little bit and you just ran with it. Everybody's run with it. So it's
Definitely.
funny.
And lastly, Karnos.
Hey. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You guys have got most of it in a barrel there. I have to say, I felt like I was pushing Adok's chant, so I'm real happy about Adok's chant. And yeah, the whole Adok being honest thing I thought was good, but my agreeing with the group, but also the way he said it was like, Adok is honest, and he sort of pauses like he's the most unhonest person in the world and goes, yeah, an honest person I am. You know, thought that was awesome. Yeah, Scathus's wake up of Karnos, man, wrong game, dude. You're pranking the wrong character.
That was no prank.
And yeah, Fibble, Zadriel, and Adok's conversation over the Gay Kings. I thought that was pretty funny when Adok says he was confused. But one that wasn't picked up on, which is one of my favorites. I did like Emilia walking around being hurt, but Adok talking about Scathus being a good leader. He'd be the one to talk for us. He'd be a good leader. I thought that was a classic moment. I was like, "Yep, go Scathus."
You're all picking at each other's weaknesses. I mean, it's brilliant. Everyone's sort of having a go. It's great. Again, for me, the whole session was a great session. The role play was outstanding as per usual, and just seems to get better with every game that we play. I mean, every session with whether it Curse of Strahd or Homebrew seems to be improving with roleplay. Everyone's getting into their characters and just rolling with it, which is awesome.
It's going to be interesting when we do a different one.
It is indeed. So I've got a few moments. Obviously, the Fibblestib talking about his two kings, and the references there, and Adok getting confused about whether there were any women there at all, which was kind of interesting. Yes, Zadriel in the god talk, and then saying, well, it's not your god, and yeah, just saying, oh, well, fuck it, let's go. We're good. That was probably one that will always stick out for me, is how righteous she appears to be, but not really. It's so great. And of course, Adok's chant, his drum beat to begin with, and then the actual chant itself. I don't know where the hell you pulled that fucking shit out of your ass, Cam, but that was great. As I said, it's been clipped. It will be forever remembered, because I will put it in the Discord at some point, so everyone can rewatch it, and I'll probably make it up on Twitter as well, just for good measure. I may even edit it up and chuck it. I might actually put a little bit of music behind it and actually chuck it up on YouTube. So I'll find some nondescript music that will fit with the chant and chuck it up on YouTube. I have to.
We gotta find a way to block that bravery spell. Dispel magic or something. I don't know.
It's good for you.
It was great. It was awesome. And then the medication scene in the graveyard from Fibblestib was one that stood out for me. Jadriel going, do you need some medication, or like?
Oh yeah.
It was like, that's kind of cool, because Fibble was going off on a bit of tangent there. So
He was.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
So yeah, that was one thing I had to write down, because it was like, yeah, it's kind of. I mean, the relationship that Fibblestib and Zadriel have is so dynamic and so funny. Just the little things that come out between them, that they sort of, it's almost like they're taunting each other and ribbing each other, but they kind of care about each other at the same time. It's just so funny. but it's amazing. It's kind of like they're married a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey guys. But that is us for this Wednesday night Curse of Strahd. As I said, keep an eye out on the Discord and on the Twitter for schedules upcoming. As I said, my work roster will be coming in next week at some time, so I don't actually know what I'm going to be doing until that comes in, and then I'll know exactly what I'm doing for 6 weeks, hopefully. So we'll be able to get that sorted. If we have to change the night, say players, let me know in the Discord. I have tagged you guys. Either DM me or just let me know whether Thursday nights would be okay for you guys. If not, we'll look at something else. But at this stage, we'll continue as normal until I know exactly what's going on. So, chat, we should raid, I feel. Who are we going to raid this evening? We normally raid a D&D channel. There are not many D&D live channels up tonight. Holy shit. Not very many at all. Captain Roby is up. Well, those guys are doing Tabletop Nights. They're still doing Strahd as well, and they've been just started. So we might look at re-rating those guys. I think we'll re-raid Tabletop Nights. I think we raided them last week, but I think we'll raid them again because they are doing Curse of Strahd, and they've only got 7 viewers, and they've only been going about 40 minutes. So definitely raid them. Raid channel. Tabletop Nights. Start the raid, and we'll say goodnight, and we'll see you when we see you. Tomorrow night, Thursday night, I will be doing some gaming. I don't know what yet, but come and hang out around 8 o'clock New Zealand time, and we'll do something. Might do some Assassin's Creed, might do some Dying Light, I don't know. Depends on what you got. It depends on who's around and what they want to play. Failing that, I'll probably do some COD. But until then, catch you later.